right. Coming in hot for some hot Xbox predictions. Speaking of not hot, what about that Sony State of Play? The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
My God.
Do you guys know what this is?
About 400 calories.
This is an Oreo ice cream bar, because you didn't know. DaddyDWALLY is coming in hot.
Oh.
So I need something to cool me down for these hot Xbox predictions. Oh, hello. DaddyDWALLY
for me.
here. And welcome to The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. We are recording live on May 30th, 2024, just a week and a half away from the Xbox Game Showcase. And we're going to be talking about all things Showcase coming up here in just a bit. But joining me, as always, is the co-host and super producer, Chipotle Bear. How are you?
I'm great, bud. Kids are officially gone from school, but still working today. Today I spent like 6 hours in this room removing a desk and building shelves. I spent a lot of calories in there, which is great. But excited.
Go grab some ice cream.
I had plenty for dinner, man. I'm fine, but happy to be here. Excited. I just finished watching the PlayStation State of Play because I didn't get to watch it live, but it's a busy news day, so we got a lot to do.
And speaking of PlayStation State of Play, coming in at a 4 out of 10 for X Bacon Gaming. How are you?
You don't know that's what the 4 out of 10 was?
Yes, he does.
This has been one of the greatest news days this world's ever known, and I'm going to keep politics out of this podcast. But it is a great day.
I'm not even going to say anything. And speaking of politics, and he couldn't care less about what's going on in the State of the Union right about now, we are blessed to be joined by Canada's #1 content creator protege, closing in on 100,000 subscribers. His videos are getting blown up right now by Tim the Tap Man Taylor, and you may have caught his most recent video, which I've got a lot to say, but I'll save it for later. With over millions and millions of views, please welcome back Mr. Allergic to Seattle hot dogs. Whoa.
It didn't look good.
Mr. Zenkai Goose, welcome back.
How's it going, everybody? It's good to be back. It's good to see you guys. I feel like it's been like forever, but there's been a lot of food-related shots fired from one DaddyDWALLY on Twitter. And I said, you know what? It's time. I got to come back. And it was really the Seattle hot dogs because I thought that was a crime.
How
is that legal? Honestly,
have you tried it?
There's no world in which I'm going to try that.
Speaking of,
We combine chicken and waffles with syrup in this country.
I had that in my wedding goose chicken and waffle.
Nothing is off limits here.
See, that I can see the appeal, but what was it?
Okay, for those who don't know, a Seattle hot dog.
Yeah, break it down.
Okay. Of course, I went ballpark Frank, obviously, standard. Oh, bun size. You got to go bun size because otherwise you're not getting enough dog in you. Okay. Then you put cream cheese, a spread of cream cheese. Just let me finish. Then diced or sliced fresh jalapenos, onions, sriracha sauce. You're supposed to have cabbage. I don't even know what cabbage is, so I just skipped that. Guys, try the Seattle dog. Everyone's like, oh, cream cheese. Do you like cream cheese on everything else you've ever had?
Listen,
so why wouldn't it work on a hot dog?
The percentage of cream cheese to hot dog ratio, it's like identical.
No, it wasn't. It looked deceiving on my picture.
There's a lot going on.
I barely.
Are you saying you clickbaited? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna keep my mother. It's mouth shut right now. We'll talk about more food disputes later. Jose, let's jump into some huge nerd chat shoutouts popping off. Man, our last episode with the Hellblade 2 is good for gaming. People were not happy about that. We had the most comments ever for our video, starting with Shampoo Official 88. Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shampoo, we appreciate that. Thank
We
you.
worked hard on that. We worked hard on that video.
Thank you. And then Old Man Gaming. I mean, kind of like the name, just because old guy basketball, old guy gaming. This game is just a tech demo. To which I responded as a nerd chat. Thanks for commenting. Sorry you didn't like it. We disagree with it being just a tech demo. # see you online. And then Death Proof 83 8732. Don't you mean films? Games have, actual gameplay. They wanted to make an interactive film, not a video game. To which I responded, disagree. Telltale Walking Dead, Gone Home, Firewatch, Edith Finch, all great experiences with even less gameplay than Hellblade 2. Games can be whatever experiences developers want them to be. # see you online. And then Johnny Josephine 7644. Problem with Hellblade 2 is that it's a story-driven game with puzzles where the puzzles kind of suck and the story falls short. I thought the game was a lot stronger in every aspect aside from the visuals. Didn't really respond to that one.
Puzzles did suck.
But before I continue on, how many of these guys do you think actually played and completed the game? That's what maybe just that one last guy. Other than that, I'm going to guess the rest of them just talking trash, haven't even played it. Speaking of, before I even continue on with our last shout out, Zenkai Goose, have you played Hellblade 2? Because you're always talking smack. You're always like, oh, where's our short focused experience?
Oh,
did you play Hellblade 2 like you said you were going to?
You, Zenkai.
That ain't no short focused experience. I would disagree with that. No, I plan to play it on stream. Like I played the first one, and
it's a good game to stream.
Yeah, honestly, the first one was fun because like chat lost their minds at like the audio cues.
The audio, yeah.
That was fun, and I got to play it with chat, and that was a good time. But I wasn't like really feeling a second one, but I liked the vibe, and it just depressed me. The idea of the game depressed me, and that's just not what I want to do. So
that's fine.
That's the only thing. But I will say, for what it tried to achieve, like it looks phenomenal. It looks like it's achieving that. So okay. I feel like what it sold is what it is.
Yes,
which I think is a phenomenal thing, right? The devs wanted to do that. It's clearly a sequel to the first, and for people who like that, it's fantastic. I don't understand why people hate it. I really don't. I don't
either. Like, not everything has to be for you. If it's not, why do you have to trash it? We'll talk more about that later. Shout out to Nissa Hauer in the chat. She's been playing Dreamlight Valley and Pal World. She's sucked in. She just sucked into Pal World. My gosh. Good thing I stayed away from that. I stayed away from Pokemon in general, so I don't know what's going on over there. Last shout out. Controversial one right here, huh, Bacon?
Not really.
Big Box 1431 wrote in. Nerd chat. I write this to you from 1 BC, which stands for before Concord. You will receive it in 1 AC after Concord. Please tell your listeners if the prophecy was true. Does the game look rad, and will it soften Bacon's heart against Team Blue?
What heart?
Cheers. Bacon, take it away. What did you think of Concord's gameplay?
I will say, in Concord's defense, graphics look great. A lot of CGI in this event. A whole bunch of CGI. Looked beautiful. The aesthetic looked great. I put this on our Twitter chat that it is Battleborn meets Guardians of the Galaxy meets freaking Overwatch. It is a hero shooter. Can't tell if it's PvE or PvP. Still don't know much about this game. Who asked for a hero shooter after watching Battleborn completely flop and Overwatch is virtually dead at this point? And Sony came to market with a hero shooter. They're always a little late on everything. I don't see this being a hit. I could be wrong. Never underestimate the PlayStation crowd because they will come out and tell everyone how good it is.
Never underestimate the power of PlayStation
I
stations.
mean, there was a lot of PC announcements in this event just a day after Herman Hulse said, we're sticking to console and not embracing PC, but still embracing PC. But I hope it's good for you, Big Box. They're going to charge $70 for this game and then add battle passes to it. So,
Are they really?
$70?
$70?
They're going to charge.
Oh,
for
they didn't
this.
say
Come
anything, right?
on.
Let's save the PlayStation talk for later. We'll get back to this. Big Box. Appreciate you writing in.
Good to see you, Big Bucks.
Yeah, buddy.
But I don't know.
Anybody else watch the Concord review?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
on the
talk about
docket.
it.
We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Jose, let's jump into news for the week.
News team, assemble!
And when I say news for the week, I of course mean Xbox hot take predictions for the Xbox Game Showcase 2024. Let's jump into it, boys. We're going to give each. Did you all bring your predictions?
Yes.
I brought a list.
Okay. Do you have backups in case somebody's
Yes.
okay?
Not
Bacon's
amateur, but
confident.
I'm gonna be comic relief for this, gentleman.
So let's start. We'll go in reverse order. We'll go Zenkai, Bacon. What the hell? Me, Chipotle, and then we'll snake it. Zenkai Goose, you have the floor. What is your first prediction for the Xbox Games Showcase?
Okay. I'll start with a cheeky one. Okay, a little cheeky, and then I'll give you my real one. My cheeky one is
Wait.
Go ahead.
Is this really just one, or are you giving us two right now?
I'm
I feel
gonna
like he's
give
giving
you
us two.
I'm gonna give you two, but the first one is just a meme.
Okay.
That's
Thank
my
you for
that's my
clarifying.
trade offer.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
That's my
go
trade
ahead.
offer.
Okay.
Okay. I predict that Xbox leadership, specifically Sarah Bond and Matt Booty, will say
Oh God.
three sentences of corporate speak before one sentence of actual news, and it's going to go like that throughout the entire show. So there's going to be something along the lines of like, these are some of the most creative teams around the world. The show is made for you, the Xbox fans. There'll be a synonym for the
Is this at the
largest,
beginning,
synonym for
or
the
just
happiest.
you're saying at
It's
some
going to be
point?
interchangeable.
Okay.
In between world
Different
premieres.
points of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to do a bunch of that. This is for you, the fans, despite us dropping all these teams not coming out with games.
Yes.
And then there's going to be a world premiere.
World premiere.
Exactly.
Exclusive world premiere.
Exactly. And then they're just going to keep doing that. Okay. And then the real one is I want to pick one that's like spicy. I'm going to say every Call of Duty available on Game Pass today. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be like,
Ooh, bold.
today.
That's a bold strategy.
Today.
They won't do that because of the servers. They'll just sprinkle them throughout the next 6 months.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
They're going to say it in like a way that makes you feel like it's like all at once. Like it's just a
You don't
PR
think it's going to
smack
be the
hit.
trickle down?
I think it'll trickle,
I'm predicting
but
like
they'll announce it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let's-
exactly.
Let's move on.
I think all one shot. Because why? Like, do you really
They
want to go
said
back and play all of them? No, you probably
Yes,
want to play one or
because
two.
it takes
but just
time.
put them on there.
They said that after the Bethesda drop, though, they wish they would have sprinkled them.
There you go. So moving on, we've got Zenkai's first. Bacon, what is your first juicy, hot Xbox prediction?
The long-awaited Marcus Phoenix collection is going to be announced, and it will be day one on PlayStation, and they will buy it up and fund my Game Pass.
They're not going to say that. Okay.
They're gonna
Hot.
fund.
By the
my
way,
Game
I saw Zenkai say, "I really want this." What is stopping you from playing Gears right now, Zenkai?
I
'Cause
actually
he
I
hates
will
Xbox.
I will jump into this. Okay. Literally, my friends are weird. They only play, well, actually, no. Most of them are normal, but one guy is still on his Xbox One, the VCR. That guy.
God.
And we all got to support him. He's the weakest link. We love him.
Did we really?
But there's
We
nothing
love-
stopping him from playing the entire Gears collection.
So, well, here's the thing. There's two things. Number one, he only wants to play Gears 5. So we play Gears 5, but we were all having like, I feel like Gears 1 just plays better. So I said,
Here's one place
Gears
there.
Ultimate. Let's jump into that. We're on PC. You're on the VCR. Let's do this because it's working for Gears 5. He's like, that's a great idea. I love Gears 1, and that's like where we played a lot back in the day. So we installed it, not crossplay. So first L, that hurt. And you can actually send invites They just nothing happens. It was like the most confusing thing. It was like 20 minutes of our lives just lost there. And then the games are supported backwards compatible. Okay. And this is actually like no one talks about it except for like nerds online like myself. But they don't play well. They really don't. Like Gears 3 has lag, has micro stutters because essentially, like to get technical, like the 360 stuff is being run in a VM in the back. It's like a virtual machine, and it doesn't run well. Like you'd be better to get like the actual physical copy and play it on 360. I thought I was taking crazy pills, and like, you know, it just kept stuttering, and I thought like, well, this should run beautifully. It does do some like auto HDR stuff, so it looks clean, and it runs at 60 from what I remember. Like it gets like that pseudo FPS boost.
Yeah.
But it lags. It just does not play well. And Gears 3 is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, immaculate.
They're all going to look great
in
UE5.
Next prediction. Moving on. DaddyDWALLY's first hot prediction. Coming in hot right off the bat. I can't remember the name of the game.
I love the dramatic pause.
What's the name of that crappy game? Oh, the one the initiative.
Oh, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. Prediction.
Nope.
Officially canceled.
Oh,
Explained at the show.
What?
Sorry, we're canceling it, but guess what? Crystal Dynamics is entering the fray. Let's take a look at their new game. Boom! Write it down, Bacon.
Why would they announce a cancellation of
Because the
game
game needs to be canceled.
No, it doesn't.
Let's move on. It's
Special Nick says
terrible
it's in
thing,
great
by the
shape,
time
bro.
to move on from Perfect Dark.
Oh my
I'm somewhat kidding, but I'm somewhat not. Hashtag cancel Perfect Dark. Jose, what's your first prediction?
Why would they do that at a showcase? dude?
Jose,
It's like
what's your
blog
first
post.
After they just dropped the 4 teams,
Oh
we
my
also want to
God.
announce.
Okay.
Initiative closed. Go ahead.
Just that's my dog. I'm sorry. Just because it sounds like we're all doing kind of spicier takes. I'll do one for the first one too as well. Is it weird? Can I do one that's a not something happened? Is that a thing I can do? Like I predict we will not see Gear 6 at this showcase. I predict we will not.
I think
see
that's
it.
crazy.
I
but
think
go
Game
ahead.
Awards is a better place.
I
That's
disagree.
That's just me.
All right, that's Bacon or Jose's first. What's your next one? Because you get to do 2. Zenkai, you'll be doing 2 next because we're doing snaking. So Jose, go ahead.
We do 2 predictions?
Well, it's
Yeah,
it's a ladder draft.
Okay, gotcha.
So so Jose, give me another
So
one.
my other one, this one is a little bit more of a gimme, but I like points. I want to win. I want to go with Doom, New Doom, Dark Ages, or whatever the actual title is, but the new Doom will be showed off by 8 Studios.
Copy that. My second prediction. Some type of new hardware will be shown at the showcase. Xbox related hardware.
What are we talking here? We need specifics.
No,
That new
no.
controller.
My specific is new
That is
hardware.
the broadest.
But does a controller count? I would say no to
Yes.
a controller.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
As an
broad
event for the
prediction.
elite.
Shots
This
fired.
is hardware. What are you
Fired! Shots fired!
Yes, controllers or consoles or handhelds.
This is kangaroo court.
Hardware counts. That one is a smart prediction. Bacon, give us your second prediction.
I've said this for the last 3 prediction shows we've had.
Yes.
It's got to be true one day, Bacon.
Yes.
Banjo and Kazooie
Oh God.
coming back. I don't know who's
Coming.
making it though. I want to say it's Toys for Bob. Private.
It's not rare, I'll tell you
I
that.
think they're doing Spyro.
You guys are living in
So,
member berries land.
It
All right.
is Banjo.
Zenkai, please give us your next 2 predictions.
All right. Well, I just want to add a caveat. If they do announce Doom, which looks like they will, they better walk out Mick Gordon on the stage with a public apology. All right. I want that man just
Who's
giving
that?
1,000. Come on. The musician, the Doom
Yes.
games.
Oh yeah,
The
guy
bad-
got
like the
screwed over,
best-
right?
Don't they owe him money?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I want
mad at
that.
him?
I don't even know how you make a Doom game without his music. It's so good. It's so good. No.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Okay, so if I'm given 2, I'm going with Everwild is canceled.
Dang it! You
That's
took my
fair.
next one.
That should be canceled.
Canceled games at the showcase.
But it's
You
but it's
took my,
done.
you bastard, Zenkai.
But it's-
you
I'll
thought-
add a tweak. I'll add a little twist on this. Okay? It's not only canceled, it's done publicly on stage. Okay.
just like, damn it.
So like
He's
listen,
taking my ideas.
it's been 10 years.
I
It's been 10 years.
I should have led with that one.
And then my second prediction, I want to do spicy again.
Mine all spicy.
I want to say Killer Instinct : Infinite. It's going to be free to play because they dabbled with that with Killer Instinct. It's going to be a new Killer Instinct, and it's
Why
going to be
would-
based off of
On all platforms.
yes, 1,000%.
Okay.
Well, maybe not PS5 to
Yes,
launch with.
It'll go to PS5.
I
That's
don't
where
know
the
about
fight. That's
launch.
where the fighting scene is with all the Street Fighter and Tekken and crap.
We have
Yeah.
Street
Send it
Fighter
over
on
there.
Xbox too, but
But the pro leagues are all on PlayStation, so you got to send them over.
If they do, I would say yeah, it makes sense. Full multi-plat, but I could see them doing it like a year later too. For say, I don't know, but yes, Killer Instinct : Infinite.
Got it. Bacon, next prediction.
We are gonna finally see something new for Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
what is going on today? What is this?
I'm loving these predictions.
I was hot in the Twitter member streets today, so I didn't really. So these are all just coming off the top of my head.
Lord.
But-
My next prediction along Bacon's lines. Actually, not really.
Spyro.
During the presentation, I don't know if this is spicy or not. There will be no mention of PlayStation at this conference. Even if games are multi-platform, they will save it for an Xbox wire post after the show, or you'll see PlayStation tweeting out, oh, this is coming to PlayStation. But there will not be on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. You will not see the PlayStation.
Let me get
logo.
this straight. 2 predictions here. Hardware,
just one.
The generic prediction.
That's pretty generic.
There's going to
yeah.
be hardware. That's one of them. Number
He's
2,
not taking a stance.
the Xbox guys are not going to mention their competitor on stage.
Correct.
He's
You're
going to
a
score some
rascal.
points. He's gonna
He
score
chose
some
the
points.
title too. Hot spicy takes. I don't know.
Are these not hot and spicy? Am I not at a Popeyes right now, Jose? I
No,
feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
no, you don't deserve that one right
No. Jose, what's your next prediction?
now. I'm gonna say that we see new footage and a release date for Stalker 2.
Mhm.
Everyone, you gotten that?
Okay, are you happy with these safe and boring ones, Zenkai?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, give me another one, Jose.
That's
give me
how he
another one.
always rolls.
Do we not play games to win?
We play to win.
You
The game.
play to get clipped.
win the game.
You play to get
You don't
clipped
play
in
to
our
just
shorts.
play it.
You play to win. You play to win.
Bacon knows.
Next prediction.
Well, you're going to make fun of me for this one, but I'm going to make it anyway. I think we're going to see more gameplay from Avowed again because they have to redeem what we saw last time.
You're
Because
kidding me.
everybody made fun of it, and I think they're going to do it here.
It's in UE 5.3
All
now,
right.
I hear.
Okay.
Got it. My next prediction. I'm kind of stealing it from Goose, but he didn't really clarify. He just kind of mentioned this with his speakers.
The Everwild public.
You
assessment.
will hear
World premiere.
What
or,
are these predictions? That
uh,
can't be.
Exclusive.
in some sort of form, either be written or verbal. We will see those words
Written or verbal? Like,
during
I'm
the
not gonna say
showcase.
on
That
the
is my
screen.
prediction.
His next prediction: there will be an Xbox game showcase.
We
at
There will be
see
a
Will
logo.
Spencer on
There will be a
stage.
logo somewhere at this event.
Bacon, give me your next prediction.
We will finally see the Wu-Tang Clan game.
Oh,
Xbox exclusive.
Oh, interesting.
That's a great one, Bacon. That's not going to get any points, but that's an awesome idea.
It's happening.
good one. Good one.
I can't wait.
Zenkai, are these your last? Is this your last? Wait, how many have you done? 4. So this is your last one, right?
I'll give
left.
one that I think could happen, and then I'll just throw a random one.
Okay,
that I
throw
think
a
won't
bonus. Got
happen,
it. Got
It
it.
will be spicy. Okay, number 1. I believe we're gonna get WoW controller support. So World of
fair.
Warcraft
You-
on Xbox.
Dude, he's literally stealing my.
There's a
predictions.
mod.
That's literally the next one I was gonna do. This is wild right now.
Coming in hot, coming in hot. And this one, it's not gonna happen. but in my heart, I want it to happen. A new Def Jam Icon game with Drake and Kendrick battling on the cover.
Isn't this what Bacon just predicted?
No, I predicted
Wu-Tang,
Project
bud.
Shaolin.
Learn
Isn't
your
that
games,
like
bud.
similar?
Oh my god.
All right, Bacon. What's your next one?
Oh, okay. This one's gonna score some points. We're finally gonna get Halo 5 on PC so I can finish the fight.
Ooh, that's actually
Why is that game not on PC?
That's actually a great point. Does anyone really want Halo 5 on PC?
No.
I kind of want to see how it looks. It looked great on console.
It did. You're
Come
right.
on.
Halo 5 did look good. It did have
Come on.
some great leveling
And then-
and platforming and
Nissa's big prediction is a better cloud game.
That's not a bad one either.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Okay, speaking
I
of
did
my
that for
final
you, mister.
prediction, and Nissa just inspired it. You will finally be able to stream your library
Oh, thank God.
to your portable devices through cloud gaming.
All
Not
your
just
library.
Game Pass, the games you own, you can see on your devices. Deja Vu, Xbox. Oh my
Oh God.
Nissa,
You're
put
so-
Deja Vu on a 5-minute timeout for me.
Ooh,
What an
is she
idiot.
a mod? Is Nissa our mod?
I did need to mod her. Jose, what is your final prediction? Right, this is your fifth.
Yeah,
correct?
I'm gonna do a crazy one. I'm gonna say when they're gonna talk about Flight Simulator, and they're gonna say specifically there's a new Starfield addition to Microsoft's Flight Simulator with the ships. Just something
that's
silly.
actually not a bad one. We actually didn't say anything. Does anybody have any other ideas? Like, we didn't mention Starfield. I feel like
Yeah, Shattered Space will probably
Shattered
get a
Space
release
could have
date.
been an easy one. Can't wait. God,
I had South of Midnight release date on there too. I didn't pick that one, but I
maybe
thought that was a show.
Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah.
I
would have
think
been a
we're gonna
better-
finally see Contraband.
Oh,
Jez has been talking about this game for like 2 years now.
we didn't say anything about Fable. Are we gonna see? I think
We're gonna see
shout out to
gameplay.
Canadian Jacob. He's like, why didn't they show any gameplay? And I was gonna tweet back at you and Jacob and Zenkai, because I'm like, pretty sure Playground Games did say that last trailer was gameplay.
gameplay.
It
No
was in-game.
way.
Yeah,
No
they did.
way.
That's what they said. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know way. If it looks like that, I will eat this jacket. off
Did
the
you play Senua
Somebody
Sacrifice?
clip
or
it.
Saga?
Somebody
Like,
clip that right there.
It's not gonna.
Goose is gonna be.
I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna
his
eat that
Marty
jacket.
McFly jacket right now.
I'll put some cream cheese on it. A Seattle jacket. It's gonna get crazy.
Any other predictions, boys, or are we ready to move on?
What else?
Xbox will announce the closing of hardware, all of it, and just go third party.
Okay, moving on. That has been the official Nerd Chat Cross Zenkai Goose Xbox Game Showcase Battle Royale predictions for 2024. I'm pretty sure we're planning on live streaming the event and reacting to it. I will be in Pennsylvania. Maybe it could be a collab with Zenkai.
I love it.
But that is going to be, it's Saturday or Sunday, June 9th. Correct.
The 9th, yeah.
So I will try to be there. I'll just tell screw it. You guys do family crap. I'm not going with you. I'm sitting in the basement watching video games. So plan on that. Guys, let's jump into news story. Number 2 just sent this over to Zenkai. I didn't watch it. Well, I watched some of it live with Kyle over at PlayStation or the Trophy Room PlayStation podcast. The Sony State of Play was today. We got to see everything revealed. Do we want to go game by game, or does anyone want to start off with something that stood out?
yeah, go game by game. There's only
All right,
14.
first
That's
one.
not
We
that
are
many.
on the PlayStation.blog right now, and the first game they have, and this was, I got to call out Matt Kennedy right now. MKen10 said in our nerd chat on Elon's X platform that Astrobot or Astro's Playground was a fantastic platformer.
It looks like Star Fox.
To which I said, Astro's Playroom was a fun tech demo with some platforming. Zenkai, you're going to tell me when you think of fantastic platformers, your mind instantly goes to Astro's Playroom.
It was so.
It doesn't go to Super Mario Wonder. It doesn't go to Celeste. It doesn't go to Super Meat Boy. It doesn't go to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Meat Boy.
You're telling me Your fantastic platformers is straight to Astro's Playroom, a tech demo with light platforming elements and mostly
could
controller gimmicks.
But
I
you
would
can
also
blow in the
say-
controller.
It was a
would
great
also-
tech demo, and I
Yeah, it was
love the
awesome.
theme of it. I see the
Mhm.
potential in Astrobot, this game. I feel like
Yes.
this game could be a great platform. But
Yes.
okay, go ahead.
It was a good proof of concept, but I would argue, like, I don't think, Banjo Kazooie's platforming was phenomenal, but it was just a really
I'm not
tight game.
disagreeing with you.
How
But
dare you?
that game's awesome, and it's like the
That
whole
doesn't
part
make
of
it
was
a
awesome.
fantastic platformer.
There
You're
were so
proving
many
my
good
point.
little secrets all over the place, good fan service. It's just like I
agree
so
with you
good.
and that's exactly what Astro's
Like-
Playroom was, but it wasn't a great platformer. I can agree with
It
you.
was solid for what it was, and you could see the foundation. Like, it was great. I think it was great.
And
Fantastic. Okay.
Dan, it's sold 58 million copies, by
Yes,
the way.
it's packaged in every PlayStation. Anyway, moving on. Concord.
Oh God.
We heard Bacon's thoughts. To
Mm.
me, sorry, Big Box. I saw this and I'm like, it did nothing for me. Similar to the whole state of play in general, this didn't do anything for me. I have no feelings for Concord. I will not be playing it. I'm not into hero shoot. I was never big into Overwatch. This game, yes, has a unique art style, gives you Guardians vibes, but at the same time, I would say it didn't really show you what the game types were, what the objectives were. Like Bacon said, we still don't kind of know. So, Zenkai, did you see Concord? Any reaction to that?
I feel this. I say, like, from what I see, it looks nice, but like I'm the same way with hero shooters. I feel like it's such a tough market to break in with no backing. Like we can see Marvel Rivals is getting a lot of hype, but it's got Marvel.
Yeah, yep.
I feel like everyone's tapped out on the hero thing, so it'll be an uphill battle for them.
Yeah, and speaking of like having backing and a license, I saw somebody's tweet say Concord is what happens when they couldn't get the Guardians of the Galaxy license, and so they just did this.
There's
Jose,
clearly a Drax in this.
Jose, any reaction to Concord?
I mean, here's what I would say that I thought was impressive. If they can deliver, is that one of the things they said in the presentation was, we will bring you a brand new cutscene every week when you play this game that will develop the stories of the characters. That was their direct quote. And I remember, because I was actually getting ready for the show and I heard that and I paused and looked up and I was like watching the dude and I was like, if you can hit that, that's incredible. Because that was one of the issues with Overwatch 2 when it released, was that the lore was really set up to do this really cool story and they just never did that, or they couldn't keep up. I should say, I wouldn't say they didn't do it, they couldn't keep up. And so if they can do that with this, that might be what Goose is talking about in terms of like building some encouraging you to come back week after week because you want to build the story, you fall in love with the characters. I thought the cutscenes were really pretty and I enjoyed the story there. I thought the gameplay looked average in terms of like what I expect from a shooter, not bad or good, just average. But I also thought it was interesting in a state of play where you're going to show only 14 games, and I say only like with an asterisk. I understand that's a lot of games, but to put 2 hero shooters in there, because Rivals was also shown. We're going to talk about that here shortly. That's a lot of multiplayer, but not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like those are going to compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not hating on Concord. I know a lot of people are really high on Concord. I guess I hope it does well for them. It becomes their big thing. But again, when they're also still focusing on Helldivers 2 and there's also the multi-platform games, Call of Duties and stuff like that. It just seems like a lot of eggs in one basket that I'm a little worried because I feel like
have amazing gameplay or something.
Yeah, I guess. And I thought the rosters look cool. I thought the gameplay again looked fine. I just think it's a weird. I don't see the full strategy right now, I guess is what I'm saying.
It looks very Destiny-esque.
Yeah, I was going to say a
very
little bit of Destiny. Yeah.
Like, and I'm looking at like some of the devs there are Bungie veterans, which just seems weird given that Sony owns Bungie now.
Yeah.
It's just like, it feels like they're just constantly competing with each other.
This game will live and die on its price.
Yeah. Well,
you think it'll be full price, Bacon?
Launches straight into
It's Sony, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
They charge $10 for upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, if this is like a
And cloud
$40 like Helldivers, maybe it'll do well. But anyway, we still need to see more. Did that have a release date? Or
Yeah,
it is August 23rd.
23rd.
Okay,
the beta's in July.
At least they're. I mean, I think that's a good window for it. I'll give them that. I do want to say,
if you pre-order, you get 4 entrances to the beta for friends.
I have no interest in that. Astrobot, that would be one I would play on my PC. I'll play that down the
Greatest
road.
platformer of all time.
The next one. All right, get ready for the remasters and the remakes or PC ports. God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC on September 19th, 2024. Bacon's excited, even though he played this on PS5 and quit because he was bored out of his mind. But because he's on PC. All right, Bacon, take it away. What you're gonna actually finish this
again?
I hear it's brutal.
Nixies.
I have no interest in this. I beat God of War, got the platinum. I have no interest in the sequel. I don't care.
Nixies is the best studio PlayStation owns because their PC ports are spot on. They add all the upscalers. They add ultra wide support. They add unlocked frame rates. They do it correctly. Now, my problem with God of War is I didn't like playing as Atreus. I don't know why I play as Atreus ever at any point in these games. Don't particularly like the kid.
Or like
I will buy it.
Jane.
I will, right. Playing as Mary Jane. I will buy it. I will wishlist it. I will pre-order it, and I will show Sony support.
Show that,
and I'll play it once
support.
They announce trophy support.
Nice. Zenkai, did you beat the second God of War?
No, I got past.
Got bored.
There was the dog scene that really hit me hard. I'll be honest, but I actually feel pretty similar to Bacon. I loved the first one a lot. The second one really bored me. Like it was insanely slow. I got LA Noire vibes, which that made me fall asleep. In hand.
Hot take from the 100,000.
I want to go back because they killed it with the first one, so I give it the benefit of the doubt. This chance I was just exhausted playing it the few times I tried, but I want to try it again. I don't know if I play it on the. I don't know. It makes sense. I'll say that.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm glad it's coming to PC for those people excited to play it. But I will be passing on this one, just like I'll be passing on another remake, Until Dawn remaster, remake, enhanced. This is coming out. Oh,
you can't tell me you didn't like Until Dawn.
I thought Until Dawn was mid. Mid as a 5 as 5 out of 10 could be. It got the platinum trophy.
What?
This game, I remember. You think Hellblade's boring? This game could be boring too. Talk about moving and doing button prompts, Zenkai. You can't you're telling me this isn't anywhere the same as
I'll tell you what. After they finished Until Dawn, I was so impressed, and I really thought that
Member Berries. I would go back and play it. I played it like a couple years ago.
Once you know the twist, it's like, I'm not gonna go back. But I wanted them so bad because the way that this game is set, like sort of, it's a horror game, but not really. It's not that scary, but like, I wanted them so bad to just do like different type of movie genres in this style, and then they went really hard on horror. But I wanted them so bad. It's not a joke. I wanted them to make a Predator game, like buff dudes. But I want Until Dawn, buff dudes. You follow the story. Predator hunts you down. Oh, it's the same game, but I just want it in that setting.
Let's say you haven't played this. I'll say when it comes to PC, you liked. What's the one? Did you ever finish the Quarry?
I didn't finish Quarry. I will. It's not because I got bad. It's just got a lot to play, and Senwa was different because like I knew Senwa like the time length, and it was also it's really pushing like the boundaries of the tech and stuff like that. Quarry was cool. I did really enjoy the story. I was like excited to play it, but I do also like to play games, right? And so like that's the hard part is like, and I'm not knocking this. That please don't think that I'm not knocking Until Dawn or any of these the anthology games or anything. It's just you have to be in the right mood to truly do them. And I think I'm going to save for Quarry for October because I like playing scary games during that time. So I'm going to probably come back to that then and probably play it on my PC at that point. So I like them. I think this looks cool. I don't think I'll play it day one on PC just because I'll wait for a sale. Like it's just I don't have the nostalgia like Goose does because I never played it. And so I'll wait for it to kind of be a sale.
I would say, this is definitely not worth $60. I think I paid like $10 and I was like, that might have been too much, but wait for a sale. There's really not much to these games. You are literally walking and doing, it's like Heavy Rain. We're like, press triangle now.
It's better than Heavy Rain. How dare you?
It's the exact same gameplay.
No,
it's literally, oh my God.
So much
Would you
better.
play it in Game Pass?
Exactly. This would be a great Game Pass game. Wait for a sale. Do not pay full price for this, but I do recommend checking it out when it's on sale, at least 50% off. Moving on. A good streaming game as well, I will say that, and good for Halloween, but don't pay full price. Skydance's Behemoth. I didn't see this. Is this the Souls-like one?
This is the VR one.
Oh, they're still supporting that. Hey, Bacon, take it away. Is there some
It's
sort of
not
VR
first.
support?
It's not first party support.
Well,
All the PSVR support is third party, and there was an adapter that has been spotted in Korea that is an adapter for PC to play PSVR 2 on PC. Just a little hot take
Okay,
there.
that's a fun fact.
so I'm guessing none of us have a reaction to this.
Is
We
this
don't play
exclusive?
we don't play VR.
The PSVR 2 or
It
As if
looks
it
kind of
is.
like Skyrim VR.
You know the biggest problem with VR?
no
Price.
All these manufacturers have their own exclusives to them,
Yeah,
and you
that's-
got to buy
Yes.
multiple headsets to play
Headsets,
all these
yes.
freaking games. Like, how is this a
And-
sustainable model?
Exactly. And it's already a expensive investment as it is.
It's insane.
And yeah, I completely agree with you. And by far, I think actually the Meta Quest is the best value and has
Yeah,
probably
I
some
would
of the
agree.
best games. So it looks like none of us are very interested in this. Next one is Path of Exile 2. And I actually was in the chat with Kyle when he was watching this. This looks just like Diablo to me, guys.
Mhm.
I
didn't
thought
know
it was Diablo.
Yeah,
when
I did
first
too.
saw it.
At some points, I was like, is this Diablo? So Zenkai, any reaction? Have you played Path of Exile? Are you a Diablo?
I
a
never got into Path of Exile
RPG?
because it's like if you thought
Mhm.
Diablo wasn't deep enough,
Yep.
then Path of Exile, and that's just not what I look for. Like Diablo for me is like as deep as I need it, and so I'm never looking for like skill trees that are
1,000
like 2
points.
miles long. Yeah, like that's too much for me. I don't have time for that. But for what it seems like, I mean, I know of people who really like the first one, So I'm sure this is just more of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested just because I've never played one. And this, you're right, Jose. When I saw this, I was like, "Is this the Diablo expansion?" I was like so confused. Like, looks
And
pretty
it's
sweet.
free.
And it's cross-play, cross-progression, which is cool. So this is a maybe for me.
From our Diablo expert.
Oh yeah, what did Deja Vu say? Path of Exile is way more experienced, and yeah, way too much to think about. Well, never mind.
That's a pass.
Looks like I'm sticking with Diablo. Moving on to the next game was Monster Hunter Wilds, a deeper dive into this. Again, this is one, unfortunately, boys, I never played any Monster Hunter games. I didn't play the last one that took off on the last generation of consoles. Jose, have you played a Monster Hunter? Any interest in this?
I haven't, and we were talking earlier. I like Pokemon games. I played Power World. I enjoyed Power World. Like, I like those games. It became a like I don't have time to play all the games, and so I got to kind of pick my franchises as we go. I think it looks cool. I think it looks fun. I know Bubble Boy was big into one of the Monster Hunters. He like went super deep into it, and by the end he was like, I felt like it got really repetitive at the end. So I just haven't jumped into them. But if they're your jam, I'm glad. I know a lot of people are excited for this. It's just not me.
Bacon?
It's going to be a huge game. I have tried 3 different
Capcom's
times.
#1 selling.
Right. I've tried 3 times to get into Monster Hunters. It's just not my jam. I don't like running around with a sword that's as big as me. It's just not for
Unless
me.
it's the
But
Buster Sword.
like it's going to sell. I'm sure it's going to be on Switch. I'm sure it's going to be everywhere. Monster Hunter games are loved. And so,
Yeah.
cool.
Zenkai, have you any experience with Monster Hunter?
I honestly echo the same thing that Bacon says, and I imagine it's going to be day and day with PC. And if anything, I think this type of
This
game.
is
I feel like
everything.
I just play it on PC if I was going to play it, but they haven't ever hit me as. Yeah, I never got the bug for Monster Hunter. I've tried.
Yeah,
Right. Multiple times.
Next game, I still think looks janky as hell,
Those
but
muddy textures.
But I haven't played Silent Hill 2. I've famously
Same.
played Silent Hill 1. Still afraid to play it to this day. So I bought the HD remake or remaster or whatever on 360, which I hear is a horrible port, but I could still play on Series X. But you can't stream it, which sucks, Zenkai. Like I tried to stream it through the Xbox app and it won't let you. There's weird games where it won't let you stream to Twitch. So like this is not, you can't stream it. So I think I could capture it now because I have a capture card and stream it through that. But anyway, I never have played Silent Hill 2. So this does interest me. Bacon, is this coming out on PC as well? Right? I think it
I
is.
doubt it.
I think it's on Steam. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'll wait for a sale on Silent Hill 2. Chipotle Bear, you're a horror fan. Have you played all the Silent Hill games? Are you interested in Silent Hill 2?
I have played none of them.
Wow.
But not because I'm against them. I just like it wasn't. I went Resident Evil, and I feel like when we were younger, you kind of went one or the other.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually excited to play this. I know the textures will probably be muddy, but like it'll still look great. I'm sure I'm excited for the story, and I don't have it spoiled for me because I mean I know who like Triangle Head is, and I know the nurses. Like I understand the lore that I've seen around, but like I'm excited to play it. I think it'll be fun for me to play. Honestly, it just needs to come to PC. That's it.
It is on PC
It's
release
already on
date
Steam.
October 7th.
You can
Okay.
pre-order now.
There you go.
Jose, your Xbox controller, full controller support. You can use the DualSense if you use USB. But who's going to use a DualSense, you guys?
I use
Am I
it
right,
in-
Zenkai?
I use it in Ghosts.
Zenkai, any interest in the Silent Hill franchise?
I've also never played the mainline series. Isn't this one
you see the
said to be
movie?
the best one?
Everybody
No.
loves to.
Oh.
Yeah, this one
Well,
is supposed to be the best one.
I did play one Silent Hill, and it's the one I bet you no one talks about. It's the
Silent
one that
Hill
was on
Ascension.
the Wii. No, it was on the Wii, and it was like
There was a
fantastic.
Silent Hill on the Wii.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
and
heard
with-
that there was one that was good on there.
Yeah, and like it did like the thing that like Sony's kind of taken, like the speaker and the controller to like it was phenomenal back then.
Did you blow into that speaker?
There
or-
was no blowing.
Okay.
It was a non-blow game.
That's what she said.
Speaking of Silent Hill, I always wanted to play Silent Hill Homecoming, which is also I bought on my Xbox, but I might just buy it on Steam right here. Wait for this to be on a sale. Another one that I missed. So Jose, I do recommend you play these. And
I'll play 'em.
yeah, I mean, if you could play the first one somehow, I don't know how you would though. I don't know if that's
Can
available.
I don't know if I could say this on the stream. Can I
Emulate it?
Yeah, you
emulate
probably you probably can.
Okay.
Next game, Jose, you're an Alien fan, aren't you? No.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Predator, Alien, absolutely. I saw this, and this was like the one time I was like, I kind of want a PSVR too. I'm not gonna buy
Incursion.
one, but I thought this looked dope.
PSVR, Bacon, they're supporting the PSVR. You're supposedly
Are
going to
they?
buy one now since it's coming on PC. So,
Well, because there's other stuff to do with VR.
do you have a VR headset right now?
No,
Okay. Well,
but there's other more interesting things to do in VR. And it's a kid-friendly show, so I'm not going to say anything.
all right. We're talking to cyberpunk stuff right now. Zenkai, do you have any VR headsets?
Yeah, I got the original Oculus, whatever it was called, the Rift, the OG, and then I got the Meta Quest 2. And honestly, it makes a giant difference to go wireless. I would never go wired again. I don't know what the PSVR. It's wired.
It's one wire.
Now.
Yeah,
It's one wire. Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes such a big difference because it's always in the back of your head that you're going to trip. So that would be
Yeah.
rough. But the thing with this thing is it looks cool. And I will say this is what I'd want in a VR. Like this is immersive. This is hitting a movie franchise that is beloved. Like this is giving you the
You get to do the
spooky vibes.
sensor right where you get to see what's
Yeah.
in front of you. So sick, dude.
But the problem I have is like I think the people making this aren't Sony first party, so it will come to the others because the VR market is just so small. Like from a business point of view, I see no reason they'd be like PSVR 2 all the way, baby. Like I just can't see that. Unless it's like Sony backed, which I don't know if it is, but I would imagine it's going to come to Meta. That I think is like a huge player base over there. It'd be
I
silly
agree.
not to.
Shout out to Pomps in the chat, Jose. Pomps said Silent Hill 2 is the GOAT, and he misses PT.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
little demo. Aren't we getting that with Hideo's Kojima on Xbox? Isn't that what we're getting?
That's the
Isn't it?
rumor, bud. That's what Joe's uncle said.
Okay. Shout
Just
out to
kidding,
Pops in the chat. And then Deja Vu, he wants to try PGA Tour on his VR headset. That's
Doesn't
called
happen.
going golfing. Deja Vu. Let's do that. Moving on to the next game, Marvel Rivals. Can someone tell me about this? I hear this is
Looks like
taking
a
over. This is on
brawler.
PC, right? I don't know
Overwatch?
what's going on.
It's they took Overwatch and they
Yes.
said the UI, the gameplay, the characters, the everything. Let's just copy that to a T, and then let's swap it with heroes and give it a nice kind of sort of comic booky art style.
Okay.
And it looks like they kind of did it. Honestly, I've been seeing it pop off quite a bit, and the gameplay looks pretty tight. The only thing I'm seeing from negative remarks online is just the company backing it. publishing it, which I forget the name off the top of my head.
So
But,
is it like you switch in and out of third to first? Because I thought I saw a first person in here, but it's
well,
mostly
there might be
third.
characters who play first person.
Oh,
But it is very much like if you've seen what Overwatch looks like, it is that exact game, but just different. Like Hulk looks like Winston.
but isn't
you know,
Overwatch all first person?
No, it depends your hero.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. But you can swap out
But you
of
can,
third
like-
person mode.
yeah.
Are
depending on
there
who-
team ups in Overwatch? I've never played Overwatch.
No,
'Cause they
that is
showed
the
that.
new thing, and that actually looks really cool. Like Rocket Raccoon jumps on Groot and gets like a buff for
Yeah.
his attack damage, and I think also a buff in how much damage he can take. Those things, I think, that's a really cool, nice.
That's a
little
cool
touch.
feature. That could make some cool like builds and
Yeah.
stuff.
And I mean, Marvel stuff being free to play, I think that's a phenomenal idea. I think it's, if anyone has a chance of being Overwatch, not that Overwatch is in the best healthy spot right now. I think these guys, it looks well done. I saw a thing where Doctor Strange has the ability to make his portals, you know, his little
Yeah.
thingy thing. And I saw a character actually put it at the front of their spawn and then put the other portal out like right at the edge of the map where you would jump off the map. So as soon as they came out of their spawn, they went in the portal
Oh.
and they fell off the map and you got like 5 kills.
Y-
Like stuff like that. That's funny.
Yeah, no,
So-
you're right. It seems like the superhero powers plays perfectly into like
Yeah.
this hero shooter. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me. Like I played Overwatch. I remember playing that with Alan Jose back on the Xbox One days, and I was like, I just can't. I didn't like how I preferred the more balanced aspect of like, I was like, why isn't it just like Halo where everyone has the same stuff, the same guns, the same equipment?
Oh man.
And then Overwatch was just like everybody's different. It's everyone. I just couldn't do it. So
Yeah, but some people like that, dude. That's the whole appeal,
Yeah,
is right.
no,
Like,
I
not only do you
understand.
get to be your favorite Marvel characters. And
no, yeah,
villains,
no,
but, like,
I agree. I totally see the appeal. I'm just saying
it's like
this
Street
one
Fighter,
didn't
right? Or
pop
Mortal
for me.
Kombat. You pick different people with different movesets there too.
Yeah, I was never being into those. Next game was Dynasty Warriors Origins. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've never played a Dynasty Warrior.
I can't believe they're still making them.
what
I
this
know.
is.
It's
So,
like 30 years they're still going.
any reaction to this besides Zenkai?
He sounds excited.
Bacon?
No.
Jose?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Let's go back to the chat. Let's check in. Deja Vu said, man, I used to play hours and hours of Overwatch. Carried Bacon a lot.
He
back
didn't carry anything. I was Diva and I
PC.
wrecked.
days. Todd Oxford is here. Repeat. Stop the presses. What?
Did
He said, "I'd love a
Minnesota
hero
win
shooter
another game?
PvE campaign."
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be
that's
nice.
called a Halo campaign. Nissa Hauer said, not everyone's interested in live service. Played way too many
Might have been a typo, MMOs, maybe.
or what's the other one?
MMO, PR.
Oh gosh, what's that one game that's huge out in Asia?
StarCraft,
No, the type of what type of game is that?
RTS.
RTS,
What's the other one? MOBA.
Oh,
MOBA.
MOBA. Like Dota.
MOBAs. Yeah. What is a MOBA?
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Massive
Massively-
online battle arena.
Okay, I never played those either.
What?
Todd Oxford said, "I'd love a hero shooter." Oh, sorry, I read that one. And then this.
MMORPGs, massive multiplayer role playing games.
Oh, okay.
I got a question for Todd, real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Todd.
Hey,
Oxford.
Todd, the other day you kept telling us all about these scores that were going on. Have you checked on your?
What's going on with it? With the? Oh my gosh,
They are down.
Ladies and
95
gentlemen,
to 69.
we got him.
we got him.
He really rubbed it in our faces how we were losing.
Hey, what happened, Todd? Yeah, what
And
happened? I
Minnesota
didn't
is
want to. I didn't want to talk.
absolutely getting their
I didn't want to
cheeks
talk
slapped.
trash, because it was
Yes,
like,
you did.
they won a game. You guys basically got swept. This
It's
makes
a
me feel
gentleman's
horrible for the
sweep.
Nuggets. Like Nuggets,
All right.
big collapse, embarrassing. Even more embarrassing now that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to lose 1-4, 1-1 to the Dallas Mavericks, which is pathetic.
They're getting their cheeks
So,
clapped.
Good luck next year, Todd.
And we got all your
Come
draft-
join us and the Nuggets in Cancun, you son of a bitch. All right, moving on.
I think we need to get him a dump button so he can do it himself.
I need to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get your own, bud.
And the next game was Ballad of Antara. fantasy action RPG. Did anyone see this one?
Is this the mobile game that's being ported? There's
Bacon,
There's a
you
mobile
were the
game.
Sony pony in this. You should know. Oh, this does look like Elden Ring. This is the one that looks like the Souls game. It's even got a pothead guy. This literally looks like a ripoff of Elden Ring. Okay, moving on. No interest in that. Infinity Nikki.
What are these names? What's going on? What's happened?
Throwing
No comment
darts
on the
board.
name.
Moving on. All right. And then the last game is Where Winds Meet.
I think that's the mobile game.
This is an open world action adventure RPG set in ancient China. Again, this looks, now this one, Bacon, just looks like a Wolong ripoff. So everybody's just copying everything, which is a perfect segue into our next and final news topic, brought to you by Zenkai Goose himself. Why does Gen 9 of the console suck? And I would argue,
before you start,
Zenkai Goose is full of caca, and he's a
I
complainer.
agree with every one of your points, so don't come at me when Dan gets defensive. But I agree with every point in that video.
Every one of his points.
Yeah, every single one.
Hang on, before you go, Dan, let me just explain for the chat or for people listening in post. If you have not gone to watch Zenkai's newest video about Gen 9, it is one of the best produced, and I agree, very well
Didn't say
argued.
it wasn't well produced by his editors,
I said
his
it's
team of
terribly
editors.
produced.
It was insanely well produced. As the video editor for our show, I can tell you it is absolutely incredibly well produced. It's worth your time. Absolutely go check out his new video. It's amazing. It's amazing. Make sure you subscribe and follow. His videos are dope. Dan, continue.
Todd Oxter said we didn't get swept. Okay, great point. Timberwolves suck. Jose, I just sent you a link in the chat. Can you pull that up and display that here? Don't worry, we won't get DMCA. Nobody's paying attention to us anyway. So can you put that on the screen?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, so while Jose is getting that set up, during this video, and I wrote back in the nerd chat on Twitter directly, I had some points with Zenkai on his video because I didn't agree. I'm not a Zenkai Goose simp like Bacon is, where I agree with everything that Zenkai said. But can you put it to the beginning, Jose, and will you just play this for everybody listening right now?
Okay, I don't think it's going to play the audio, bud.
It is.
Yeah,
Hold on. I can feel the nostalgia hitting me.
Zenkai Goose said that these new consoles don't have new startup sounds.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I gave
you
PlayStation.
Said the PlayStation 5 did, and the Xbox does not. Zenkai Goose, can you explain to me what you just watched?
That is the cold boot screen, and you're never gonna see it ever.
Not true.
You're gonna see
Zenkai,
it
when you change your power options on your Xbox to where it's not always instant on, and you haven't turned it on in a while.
Then you're stuck with
I
the 80
see
gig
that.
updates.
I see that. No, because it still updates games in the backgrounds. Misinformed again.
Barely.
Oh, so you guys.
Okay, here, I'll give you an answer. First,
no, wait, no. Let me finish. That sound, I see that every time. I have my Series S upstairs. My wife and I watch Vanderpump on it when we go to the Peacock app, right?
Also, horrible reunion. Let's just say. Let's be honest.
We can talk about that later. So when I start up that Xbox to go to my apps and stuff, or let Grayson play Forza up there, I'm greeted by that incredible sound every time I turn on the box, especially like as long as it's not right away. Like if you do it, like I turn it on at 5 p.m., then I turn it on 5 p.m. the next day, I hear that beautiful sound, that instant classic nostalgic sound. For nostalgia, I don't know what I'm missing out on during this console generation.
You're not gonna
So you misinform the people.
No.
Telling them the new console, the new Xboxes don't have a cool new startup sound. Defend yourself.
If we look at the tapes, I have the script here. I'll do a Control F. Not once did one Canadian Goose man say it does not have a boot screen. I said there will be no nostalgia. And the reason is because what happens after the boot screen?
You have to download a 60 gig update.
Oh,
well,
God.
that will come. That's for sure. As soon as you get the boot screen, you're greeted to the Xbox One dashboard, which has been slightly updated.
But I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing with you about the
Xbox
dashboard.
console ever.
Dashboard
They kept
is separate
the
from
same
boot up
dashboard.
sound.
Well, that's not the point. Like as soon as you boot
You're telling me
in,
you're not going to have nostalgia for that sound?
definitely not. Because
Oh.
as soon as you boot it, like here, like imagine every time your mother puts you to sleep, she gives you a nice little, right? You're gonna
That's
30
what I
years
think of when I
later.
hear that song.
Exactly. 30 years later, you're gonna be like, I miss that. Every time I go to sleep, I miss my little. But imagine she did this, like a good night, and then, but then she slapped you with a Xbox One dashboard. You're gonna be like, well, I don't like that. Like,
What do you think
I don't
about
want to
this?
be reminded of
I'm
that.
with you. I'm with you, Zenkai. I agree. I don't know if it was a good
Because
move or a bad move.
PlayStation,
Let me finish. I don't know if it was
Okay.
a good move or a bad move for Xbox
horrible.
to keep the
It's
dashboard.
the worst Xbox console.
But our good producer and super producer co-host Chipotle Bear brought up a great point.
Let's hear it.
Has Apple's UI changed at all, basically, since the first Apple iPhone?
Well,
No, not really.
the layout.
It's very familiar. Jose explained
layout is the
like
same, that's
what you
for sure.
explained, why it's not necessarily a bad thing with the UI keeping the same design language.
Well,
Let's hear
the point that I made, what he's talking about, is I just said people get used to where things are at, and when you change
Yep.
that, they get really upset. And like the example that I would use as a more modern one, I mean, Apple, he's not wrong about the Apple, even though I'm an Apple fanboy, is like
Yep.
our website for our school. We just got a whole new website. They changed everything, and they say, I
Yeah.
say they because I'm in charge of our website. The district has like a new like form they want all websites to be in, and literally everyone in our district is upset because they're like, we can't find anything we want. And so I made the argument that like the reason why Xbox doesn't totally revamp it all the time is that then gamers would be like, why do you keep changing it? I knew where
Yeah.
my stuff was. And so I do agree with Dan to that piece of it, but at the same time, like for the record, I agree with almost all of the points in Zenkai's video. I thought I wouldn't, I really didn't, and then I walked away and I was like, dang, I actually agree with all of those points.
So
Anyway,
I think that's a fantastic point, and I would not deny that Apple's definitely not changed the layout, all that stuff. Typically, it's I'd say 90% the same as what it launched with, and they've gone through the different like UX styles. I mean, as someone who was in the UX space, like it went from the old, remember the 3D looking apps, and then now it's all flat, and they got their own like little style.
Aren't there rumors that you can finally rearrange the icons?
Yeah, in the new iOS,
so.
yeah.
Whoa!
But the thing is, Apple's never had a phone that bombed so hard that all of their competitors went to Android. Never.
That's a fair point.
That's a
So
good point.
why would you
again?
remind anyone?
Again, Zenkai.
That's the
I
thing.
ultimately kind of agree with you. I feel like they should have changed the dashboard, but I think the dashboard is completely separate than the startup sound. And I think
think
Xbox
that
Series
stuff-
does have an awesome Series startup sound.
The startup's not bad, but the problem is like again, it's like your mom kissing you and then you get smacked. It's like
All right. Point number 2, Zenkai. Zenkai said Xbox doesn't do anything for the nostalgia of old games.
Doesn't.
I argue the Series consoles, unlike PlayStation, has full backwards compatibility all the way back to the OG Xbox. Where is the accessibility of PS1 to PS3 games?
Yeah, it
Zenkai?
should have it.
If that's not accessibility or supporting the
Wait, what's the
nostalgia
point
of
that you're
old
refuting?
games.
I never said backwards compatibility was bad. That's the best and only thing the Xbox
I know you
has.
said Xbox doesn't do anything for the nostalgia of old games. They are literally the only ones supporting their old games
No.
on their platform.
The nostalgia is like, okay, so I'll have to explain here.
He didn't mean
When you
backwards
boot up-
compatibility.
Yeah,
But-
so when you boot up the GameCube, that's why I put the GameCube in there. As soon as you hear that sound, you're transported to all the feelings you had back then. Pick anything. Could be the original Xbox, like the weird alien noises it had on the dashboard. Could be like PlayStation 2's like
And Zenkai, when you put an old OG Xbox game into your Series X, what noise comes up?
yeah, after you get to the dashboard. So my point is like essentially you can't just skip. Like the little things matter, and so these things, when you boot up an Xbox Series X, you're treated to an Xbox One, the console everyone hated. And I say everyone, obviously it's a blanket statement there, but it's not their best console. And they kept
I agree.
from a
disagree
brand
there.
standpoint, they had like rotten flowers, and they said, "Here's our brand new vase. We're just gonna take this."
I think,
little rotten
I
flower."
think we're just disagreeing on
Semantics.
Yeah,
like I
because the
agree with
backwards
you. I agree with you,
compatibility is
Zenkai.
gold.
But Zenkai, you totally ignore my point. When you put an OG Xbox game into your Series X, the old Xbox sound starts up. You see that full startup.
Yeah, but you can't.
But
That's
he's
there.
arguing that doesn't create
Exactly.
nostalgia for the Series X. That's nostalgia that you're still getting
Exactly.
from the OG Xbox.
You'll never 10 years from now be like, I remember putting in this Halo CE into my Series X and getting that. You'll go, I remember playing Halo CE on the Xbox. Like, no, I guarantee you, no one 10 years from now is going to be like, that dashboard was peak. Except for people who only experienced it.
And I would just argue that no one's going to be playing games like we are right now in 10 years. I think
that's
Zenkai, I admire your member berries and your nostalgia.
There's no member berries. There's no member berries. And I would refute this. It's actually a good thing you brought this up. Hold on. Hold on. Member berries.
Go ahead.
Do not. Member berries only work.
To move on is my point.
Let me say one thing on member berries. One thing.
Okay.
Member berries are something gamer culture only uses on games. No one would ever say that about movies, music, TV shows. Never. Because TV shows back then, if it was member berries, Friends would be better than Game of Thrones because of member berries. The Matrix, the new Matrix.
Some people might say that.
No one's saying that. Like the
exactly. No, some people say Friends is better than Seinfeld. I'm gonna.
They may like it. Well, yeah, but that's the same time. But what I'm saying is like the time doesn't matter. The quality of like Eminem's first album is objectively not.
And you're going right into my point. The time doesn't matter. Exactly. Zenkai Goose, when did you play Elden Ring? What generation did you play that on? What generation of
Series X?
Exactly. So you're telling me that because the game is available on Xbox One and PS4, that totally discredits it. That doesn't mean that Elden Ring, a game of a generation, doesn't count for an incredible game for Gen 9 because of the time it came out and the backwards compatibility.
If I said Elden Ring to someone, it does not have any association to Gen 9.
Nope.
There's none.
Yep. He is dead right.
When I say Halo 3,
what does it have?
When I say Halo 3, it runs on the Series X. When I say Halo 2, it runs on the Xbox 360.
Runs on Gen 9, yeah.
You think about it as an Xbox game. When I say Astrobot, PS5. When I say Miles Morales, most people would go PS5, even though it's like cross. But Spider-Man 2, it's a reason to leave the consoles. And with the Series X, they just like, and this is coming from a guy who loves the Xbox ecosystem. I held on to the Xbox VCR so tight with hope. I was like, it's gonna make it through, but it just. There's a real problem.
You keep going back to the Xbox One. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I know you did. We all did. I agree with you. They should have changed the dashboard. I completely agree. I think you're just so focused on what the Xbox One did in general to Xbox and the brand. And you're right. We haven't seen the big generational leap. But I would disagree that I don't think a game has to come out specifically to a generation to count for Gen 9 and to provide. 2023. Look at 2023. You're telling me 2023 wasn't one of the greatest years of gaming?
No way. No. People
nothing will
There's no way. 2007, 1998 by far. Objectively. And I show in the video. Every game I put in the 2007 timeframe, like literally, they weren't just good. They changed the industry. Gears of War, third-person shooters. Like that's never been done like that.
Dan, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes, hit me up.
Baldur's Gate didn't change games.
Dan?
No, Baldur's Gate is a derivative of an RPG. It's literally I forget what's the tabletop thing? I'm blanking on
D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D. It's just D&D.
Dan,
it's a fantastic game. Did not push the industry.
If you were so impressed with Gen 9, why did you just drop $2,500 on a freaking PC?
That's exactly right.
If you are that impressed with Gen 9, Gen 9 has been the biggest wet fart of all time.
I'm not saying that technology has been pushed hard. You're right. That's why I have a
if you were so impressed with both the PlayStation and the Xbox Series X, you never would have even entertained going to
that's
PC.
The technical limitations and advancements is completely different than the games we're playing. I'm arguing that we have gotten incredible games, and just because they're not freaking this generational leap from the Xbox OG to the Xbox 360 or 360 to One. That shouldn't matter. I'm talking about the actual experiences. I'm not talking about the technical limitations of games.
Can you also
That's what I'm
admit
arguing.
that if they weren't still supporting cross-gen, that these incredible experiences you're experiencing right now
No, because
wouldn't be better not having to support the VCR?
no, how could you make Elden Ring better, Bacon? How can you make Elden Ring a better game if it was only on this platform?
But
It gave me
Elden Ring
60
is a
FPS.
Gen 8 game.
I think the thing with the consoles, and this is my problem, it's not necessarily because I think you're all saying like fantastic points. Like the games are great, and it is like you can pull it back from the consoles. The thing is, the consoles, specifically the Xbox,
The Xbox One.
Well, the Xbox Series X, I should say, like specifically these guys, like Microsoft specifically, they have blurred the line with what it means to get a PC and an Xbox so close that it just, unless you're playing on the couch or you want the Series X, like what is the reason? Because everything you can do on a console, you can do much more on a PC, even like I'm talking low level PC. And like the value of a PC is I can watch my Twitch streams, I can watch YouTube, I can make
stream.
content, I
make
can
stuff.
do anything I want. I can write Word documents, I can have Zoom calls, I can order my Uber Eats, I can do anything. The console doesn't do none of that. So it's like just a game machine. So when I look at like the value prop of just like what is the reason I would buy Elden Ring on a Series X, a PlayStation, or a PC? PlayStation at least tries with their DualSense. Like they tried to do something. I'm not saying it's going to make you go from PC to PlayStation 5, but they tried. And if you look in my video, when I compare Halo CE taking 17 seconds.
I don't think that's fair, dude. That's not.
But like,
but it's loading different things. You can't compare a 4K
like
asset to a
yes, you can, because if you look like 2 minutes later, I do the same test on PlayStation 5 and PS2, and PS5 roasted the PS2. And it's even better assets than Halo
isn't
Infinite.
loading multiplayer. It's not loading a campaign and multiplayer. It's loading
but
one.
I was just loading campaign. That's the thing. Like these consoles, it's basically they've blurred the line to PC and they've made the friction of playing them just annoying. And when you make something annoying, like people are just going to be like, I'll just play on my phone. I'll just play on PC. And like it's not necessarily, it's just it doesn't have the magic. Like there's no one's going to be going like, I need an Xbox. And honestly, when we look at the sales numbers, like PlayStation, whichever magic they put in, because they tried. Like I will say they tried. I'm not saying that the guys at Microsoft were there, like, you know, not doing anything.
Give me an example of PlayStation trying. All their games are cross-platform.
They revamped an entire UI. That is hard to do. Coming from like senior software development, like that's hard.
Okay,
like,
so
and
they made on the UI, but
they took away themes.
They made a brand new style controller again. They didn't need to do that. They could have just made DualShock 4.5, and they tried to do something.
Tell me
crazy.
the point of the trackpad.
And
that's useless.
like they had a pack-in game, and they had multiple.
I agree with the
PS5
pack-in
games.
game and the DualSense. That is
like,
good, but UI.
That's
people
a huge,
complain.
that's
People complain about the UI because they don't have the dynamic theme.
I'm not saying it's better or worse, but
okay.
they like tried to create a brand new. And you know they have their card system where you can like SSD.
Goose, I'm with you. I don't think it was a good idea to go to the Xbox One.
What is the purpose of a UI?
Bacon's he doesn't care about UI. He thinks
what is the purpose of the UI?
He says it's stupid. But
who sits there and looks at the UI?
I think the Xbox One UI was a mistake.
I think UI looks. I look at UI.
I agree with you.
You just sit there for hours looking at your UI.
Let me bring this back to you.
Hours.
Here's one positive of Gen 9 that I wanted to point out.
Yes.
Show me back in your gens. We'll go. What was it? 765 before, right?
Yes.
Show me a free to play game of the quality of Warzone, Halo, Fortnite, Apex on gens 5 through 7. I'll wait. Accessibility has never been better for more people to play games at a lower barrier of entry.
Hey, that's true.
I would have died to have free access to these multiplayer games as a broke kid. I didn't even mention the value of Game Pass. Shout out to Pumps because he said not everybody has money for all of this stuff.
So I totally agree. Like the accessibility of games never been higher. Fantastic. However, what do people value in games? Do they value accessibility or the experience?
Yes,
and I'll tell you, Halo Infinite may be free, but 9 times out of 10, Halo 3 will be chosen. It's a way more meaningful
Okay, I don't know
experience.
about that.
I guarantee you.
Pops,
okay,
talk to this man.
Bring the market rate, bring the price right down to parity. Halo Infinite, Halo 3, released today as is.
With modern gamers, you think they're going to go back to Halo 3 for some reason?
I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I guarantee
That's a
you.
tough one.
Look at how much. Look at the remakes that are being made. Like they're doing it for a reason. They could.
They're modernizing it. That's just it. You're exactly right. They're modernizing these games and these remakes.
Yeah,
they're making it.
You can't just say like one's free and hasn't been modernized with like 20 years of technical experience, but it's free, and the other one is like 20 years old and did a lot. Like I'm saying, the effect that these games have, it's a huge thing.
What about this point? Todd said, "I want to bring up. There's a lot. Chat is popping off. Okay." let's read off. Bacon was on a PC when the Xbox One X came out. I heard it from his lips. Todd said, I think Baldur's Gate 3 will push the future of RPGs. Pushing back on you with Baldur's Gate there, Zenkai. And Pomp says, cost, brother. Not everyone has the money. And then that goes down to what
then why would you buy a console? You'd buy a PC.
Let me finish. This is Todd comes in and says casuals now have PS4 and Switches that they can be at. And if I'm not mistaken, PS4 accounts are still for 50% of the active users. Right now. And then Pomps also said, come on, man, you lost me with people are going to pick Halo 3 over Halo Infinite.
But again, your argument, Dan, you are saying the accessibility that all these free-to-play games, and these are the reasons we're still stuck in Gen 8. These games that people won't leave their consoles for,
but
they still support them.
But we forget that we grew up in a different time, and I'm including Zenkai in this as well, even though he's younger than all of us. We grew up going from SNES, PS1, Xbox,
64.
360, PS3, PS4. We've seen a huge evolution of gaming.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like my son, who already knows how to use an iPad, and I barely let him use it, who I just gave him a Switch, and I said that to you, Zenkai. The magic is still there. He lit up seeing that he got a Switch. And there is something to what you're saying. The Switch is the outlier. Yeah. The Switch is still fighting the good fight. And I'm pretty sure someone might have even commented on one of your videos saying, like, just get a Nintendo Switch. They still do it the way you're describing it. You put in a cartridge, it starts up. It's got the they are staying in their lane because they know
1,000%.
That's their lane.
I would say they're going to like, what's the value prop of like playing games? Like there's no update. There's updates. They're small. No,
they're still are.
The cartridges are like, boom, you're in. Just pop it in.
I'll fight back on that. He's got Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how long some of these levels take to load. I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm not trying to like hate on this.
No, of course. And it's good to keep in mind also the Switch is like 7 years old at this point. It's pushing.
Yes.
It's at the edge. But like the cost of these cartridges to make cartridges, like flash memory, it helps people play. Like the install process has killed a lot of the hype for people I know who were huge in the 360 days. They don't even bother because it's like, it's so much of an easier thing on PC for them. It's like, if I have to install, then I'll just do it in a place where, like, because what do you do when you install? You pull up your phone. Exactly. So what would you rather do? You'd have a browser open. You're on Discord with the boys, and it's not as good on the consoles. Like that, those experiences make such a huge difference. And Nintendo, to be fair, well, obviously their market audience, they're really not probably talking as much. It's kids, but like there's no communication there on those things. But they knew their strengths. It's like, this is for children. We're gonna go for a toy. Like this is our thing, and they're killing on that front. But what I'm saying, like Microsoft specifically, like Sony too, but Microsoft's strategy is like PC,
but why is that a bad thing?
Because Game Pass, like if you look at the numbers on Steam, Microsoft's games are being bought at record levels on Steam, which tells me that it's not PC Game Pass is as popular as you would think, right? So which means your bottleneck is consoles. So if you don't sell consoles, you don't get Game Pass subscriptions, you don't sell subscriptions. Well, what do you do?
What does that matter if we're getting good games, Goose? I guess is the bottom line to me.
Like, it matters to the business.
At a certain point, the subscription numbers are going to keep going down.
But if they're selling games at full price, what does it matter?
Well, these are big bets. Like
Okay,
Hellblade
and
2.
speaking of big bets, what if this? Would it
Yeah.
make you happy if
Yes.
the next Xbox console was a Switch Lite, was a handheld?
No.
Would that answer some of your issues? And then I think Todd also said this before. Then Xbox just goes all in. You want the upper end console experience? Just get a PC. That's for you. We're not going to make the higher end console. If you want the portable, fun, accessible Switch-like device, get the Xbox portable device. What do you think about that?
To me, the console strengths are play games easy. Like there's no friction. Like that's what it always was growing up. That's what it always was, and it was social. Those are the things you hit hard. And Series X, and PlayStation, this goes for both. You pop in a disc, you wait at least 20 minutes for an install. Then you get an optional update. You wait maybe an hour depending on your internet connection. I even showed like Halo was like, I think one of them was like 3 hours after an update, which pained me because I bought it physical for a video and like that was a waste of money.
But I needed the disc. The games aren't even on the disc anymore.
That's the other thing. So it's like we live in a world where these, like, I don't want to say corporate greed, but it's like, guys, flash memory is not that expensive.
So you want everyone to just go into the Nintendo Switch cartridge style, charging us for an insane amount of money for those cartridges that never go on sale and are limited. They are limited. We're not going to be getting the same graphical fidelity that we are allowed to get when we have these huge files.
But it's flash memory. Why would it be limited? Like it's not reading on, like it's flash memory. It's like
there's some sort of limit to these, correct?
No, because it's just like coming right off. Like its transfer speeds are it's flash, it's fast. So
why don't oh, sorry, go ahead.
Because the Switch, basically the reason those games like don't run as well is just the hardware on the Switch is I mean essentially it's mobile. Like essentially that's what it is. But like these like think about the what's the thing that Microsoft has, like the Seagate branded, like they got their memory
external hard drives.
Yeah. Think that, but at a game level, not a 2 terabyte level.
Wouldn't that be expensive?
Yes, right now.
Well, if it's NVMe, of course, but like we're talking like high volumes and stuff like that. Like again, you're looking at it cost expensive, but
counter argument.
Here's the thing:
when a game comes out, Zenkai, I just pre-download it. I don't have to go to a store. I don't have to wait to a delivery.
But the tech savvy people will not do that. And these are a lot of people. These are the Fortniters. They pick the one game because there's no issue. But in a world where you can go cartridge based, and again, I'm not saying it has to be cartridge, but in a world where you can play the game like that, why would you choose PC if you had the option? That's just one more for the consoles to go, yeah, PC doesn't even have a CD drive anymore. No one has that. They have to download. So it's just one more value prop of like, look, you want to play games on consoles instantly. There's no wait. Instantly. Well, now all of a sudden, now people are going, oh, okay, well, that's different now. This isn't like I download 300 gigs on the Xbox for Warzone season, whatever.
Or you're trashing Nicki Minaj and Warzone. What's wrong with a little Nicki in your life?
That's disgusting.
Let's get into the chat, Zenkai. It's just going crazy right
Sorry,
now.
chat. I love you.
Todd Oxter said COD and GTA 6 will push people to Gen 9 if they aren't on Gen 8. Think about that. The next Grand Theft Auto, is that finally going to, that has to push people.
It's going to.
Yes.
Deja vu. Fortnite has done things to make the next gen game run way better, such as Unreal 5 and ray tracing. Not sure other games have at least tried to go to Gen 9 updates. Todd says, I think most Fortnite gamers are fine playing it on whatever they have, or whatever's accessible, I would argue. Yeah, I agree. Deja vu, true, but you have if you have seen it on Unreal Max PC settings with ray tracing, it's like a whole different game. But Deja, casuals don't care about graphics, man. And I can tell you, just look at the Switch. And I gotta say, looking at Yoshi's Crafted World on my son's Switch Lite, I'm like, this is a beautiful game. Like Zenkai did mention something on his video. It doesn't have to have the best graphics. It's what you do with what you have and the art style. And I completely agree with you on that. Todd said, sure, but convenience trumps fidelity. Yes. Absolutely, yes. Todd. In every sense of the way, especially for casuals, convenience will always trump fidelity. That's why Bacon always is arguing for his PC when we were on console, but I would always argue the console was the convenience experience, and Pomp said that too. But if you're hardcore like all of us are, building my PC and the experiences that I have now, I love this thing. I
Yeah.
can't imagine my life without my PC now. This is
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going back to console, but I'm a different audience. I'm not
Yeah.
like what Zenkai is arguing back when we were younger kids.
Mhm.
Deja's arguing that I'm just arguing the point that it has both available and I'm not stuck in Gen 8. Yes. Nissa says most kids play on tablets. Yes.
That's true.
Nintendo
Convenient.
doesn't.
Very
No,
easy.
but Todd brings up a point, Zenkai. Nintendo doesn't even have all of full games on. It's not all the games on the cartridge. So
Yeah.
you're
Again,
still...
this is the 7-year thing. But I will say, Nintendo, if you look at the stats, Nintendo's physical outsells digital in 2024.
Yeah, no, all my
It's convenience
Zenkai,
makes a
those are
big
all
difference.
cartridge games. I'm actually all in on cartridge just because
Yeah.
I can be like, Kurt Grayson, here's a game.
Exactly.
I can share it with you. This is how you share games.
Dude, that
Killed
was I love
Xbox.
that thing.
Deja says, man, wonder how big Warzone cartridge would be. I don't, God, who knows? You would literally need, Jose, you would literally need one of those expansion cards for the Xbox to do that.
Yes.
Todd says larger cards cost more and Nintendo controls the format. So NBA 2K makes you download half the game on Switch and you can't buy a PC game at Target. Sorry, Grandma.
Who goes to Target?
I go to Target
says,
every Saturday, bud.
my wolves are dead. I yield. I have a PC because I need Premiere Pro editing and streaming. And Pomps also said, and this is another reason why you get Nintendo cartridges, resale value on Nintendo is absolutely, it's true. You never see those games. If you find a Nintendo first party game at 40 or below, buy it immediately because it's never getting any lower. So
the fact that like the games on these consoles are license keys is insane. Like they should be resellable. They really should. And I know they're digital, but there's ways you can do that. And we've seen Valve have $1 billion franchise off CSGO skins, TF2 hats. Like this is possible. And they're not even thinking about it. And I will say the argument of having cards be more expensive, there's no reason to dude, these $1 trillion companies, they got the capital. The goal is to, like, from their perspective, should always be how do we make this the best experience for our players? And you want to play games instantly. You want your UI to show you exactly what you want to play, when you want to play it. There's no ads, right? Like you do what you got to do, and you have great.
You can't have
games.
no ads. That's not
course
a reality.
you can.
That's
PlayStation
not,
has no ads.
That's not true. PlayStation has stuff too on the dashboard. It's not as apparent as on Xbox. They absolutely have ads popping up.
Xbox has been doing it for like 20 years, and
if that's gonna keep my Game Pass subscription cheap, then I'll deal with a small ad.
It's a lie. And the other thing is the way that
ads hates the whole UI thing. He doesn't give a crap about UI.
I mean, look, if ads were necessary, Apple put it on their phone.
That's
the richest company in the world. They'd put it on your phone.
Everybody in the world.
Google would put it on Android.
You can't compare iPhones.
It's the exact same thing.
Oh. Jose,
jump in.
I'm just my point, Goose. I actually agree with you on the dashboard thing. I agree with you on games could look and run better, quicker. I'm just simply arguing.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, since 2020, when these consoles came out, I've played some banger slinger games, and I don't feel like this generation has been a miss when it comes to actual games that I'm playing and the gameplay that I'm getting.
I think
it's memorable, and it might not be as nostalgic as Mass Effect 7.
Yeah.
Or Mass Effect in 2007 and all those great games in 2007, Modern Warfare, Halo, blah, 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 blah. I just accept the fact that 2007, the 360 generation in general, was lightning in a bottle, and we're never going to experience that again. I don't think that's going to happen, man. Look at how technology has advanced. I'm sorry. I know you want that. I know you want everything.
It would happen. They're just not thinking about the player. I mean, think about the games in the past 2 gens. I'll give you 2 gens that pushed the industry forward. I got 6 off the top of my head. 6 in like 10 years. There's, for me, Destiny pushed the industry forward. As much as people hate it, it pushed the industry forward. Fortnite, Breath of the Wild, Hearthstone.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild definitely pushed. It forced everyone to go open in a completely fluent way. That was completely new. No one ever did that. No one.
Right.
Shadow of Mordor with
Right.
the Nemesis
Oblivion.
system that they
There you
patented.
go.
like
Oblivion
monsters.
and now
Shadow
Skyrim
of
was an open
Mordor.
world that didn't
Overwatch,
exist before.
insanely industry
Zelda.
pushing. Red Dead 2 for the fidelity of a sim is insane. And I'd say Rocket League was pretty industry pushing. But aside from that, like that is literally what happened in a single year of the 360. It's like, I know it's tech bound, but the consoles have never been better. The state of development, like from a developer perspective, there's more than you can throw. Like they're everywhere. We're all over the place. And with YouTube and all the knowledge, it's insane. Unreal has never been better. It's never been more lower cost. These game engines, like, and multiple. We got Godot. We got like the 2D ones. I mean, look at Vampire Survivors. It's a phenomenal game made on like a 2D game engine thing. And it's like,
Does that push the industry forward?
I don't think so. I mean,
Oh, of course not, because it's part of Gen 9. You heard it here.
No, that one's Gen 8, I think, isn't it?
Oh, it just came out like last 2 years.
Vampire Survivors?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
think
is
it's
a
Gen 8.
recent release.
New.
But it came out Gen 8,
I
right?
can't remember. It might have been on PC.
No, this came out on.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
guys are
On.
crazy.
It's on Switch. It's on Xbox One. I'm pretty sure it's on PS4. It's on
So
PC.
because it can be ran on older.
But anyways, it didn't push the industry forward. My entire point is like, when you think about the bottlenecks of where we were in the previous generations, to take away the 7, I think 7 is the golden age. I loved all the previous generations. I really, really did. The GameCube generation is peak. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, baby. But like
October 20th, 2022 is the Vampire Survivor. Elite.
Doesn't count because it's on Switch, Gen 8.
no, it's
BS.
nothing that. It's like, honestly, it plays best on PC for being.
It was 2023 on the Switch.
Yeah, there's just not as much stuff happening despite the immense amount of technical push. There's a lot of copycats, There's a lot more microtransactions. It's just depressing because I'm coming from a place that not games aren't great. Elden Ring is phenomenal, but Elden Ring literally needed of course, Dark Souls was the thing. Demon Souls, of course, before that, but Dark Souls was industry pushing.
You're saying Elden Ring isn't industry pushing. I've literally heard developers saying like, wow, I wish we could do what Elden Ring has accomplished.
I know people
Same
say
for
that.
Baldur's Gate 3.
I want to say both those games, phenomenal. I have nothing but love for those games. But it's an open world Dark Souls, right?
Which has
It's just
never been done
phenomenal.
before.
It's an open world game with Dark Souls combat.
I could say the same thing about Breath of the Wild.
No, because Breath of the Wild, it's not the same. It's
Assassin's
not.
Creed Origins. Open
That is
world.
a copy of Witcher. Come on. That is an exact copy of Witcher. They were like, Assassin's Creed ain't doing it for us. We messed up the story. Let's just do what Witcher's doing.
I'm just saying you're giving Zelda way too much credit. Let's move back into the chat.
I love you, chat. I'm sorry.
Pomp said profits, brother. That's their priority. And you're forgetting about Skyrim and Gears. And
Oh, yeah.
Deadshot said the in-game purchases destroyed the games. What about the old God of War games? They used to be the best. I never got into the old God of War games. I'm not
I
gonna
love
lie.
those games.
Very good.
Todd said we're in a PC world. No mentions. Exactly. That PC generations. Exactly. We don't talk about PCs having generations. You're just allowed to have your
We
specs.
do when naming the hardware.
You don't. Some
Like-
people do.
12th gen Intel.
Yeah, but I'm
14th
Todd, that's a
gen,
great
yeah.
point. And I didn't really bring that up. Is you're right. Like if I was on a PC, I don't think about generations now. I think about what's my PC going to be able to run this at and give me the best experience.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you, Todd. I completely agree. Pomp said, could I argue it has to do with the digital library? And then Deja Vu, I never played any Dark Souls games until Elden Ring. That's a great point. Me too, Zenkai. I had never played any of those games. Elden Ring was the game that
Phenomenal
brought
game.
me. I kind of feel like that's industry. Oh god.
I mean,
But it's still
like,
Gen 8.
what did it push? Like, I just mean like, what is because when I say industry pushing, I mean like now people are copying it.
That's so
Right.
subjective to say like what's industry
No.
pushing. offense.
Objectively, if people are copying it, it's industry pushing.
Elden Ring.
They're copying Dark Souls, and they've been doing it for years. I mean, there's the the Ninja game. I literally forget it. It's made by Team Ninja. That was a big thing.
Ninja Gaiden or no?
Neo
was,
or
Neo.
Wulong.
Yeah. There's the Wulong game.
Yes, you're right.
Wulong.
These are that's why we say it's Souls-like, and these are Souls games.
Yeah,
but I would
which
argue,
is great games. Liza P is another one.
Yeah,
they're great games. But like when Gears of War came out, how long did we see the brown color palette and chest high cover? It was everywhere.
I've seen that color palette my whole life.
So it's like, I mean, remember Guitar Hero coming out and that exploding Wii Sports? How many people, like Sony came out with the Move because of how phenomenal Wii Sports, and it was just Wii Sports.
Are you going to argue that we need to go back to Wii now? Wii motion controls?
No, what I'm saying is like these games, they did crazy stuff, like crazy stuff. And it just doesn't feel like we're doing crazy stuff anymore. And
it's
that's
too high risk,
that's
though.
the magic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened with with the games that the studios get shut down. You take a high risk, you lose, and you don't have a job.
100%. But I'd also say the bets they take sometimes, like Suicide Squad. I know people who worked in development of that, and it's like the ups and downs that game went.
Yeah.
Guys, like even from a data point of view, and when I say guys, I mean the WB guys, like you saw your movies both tank. Both.
We need to make a Suicide Squad game.
The IP is, and I mean like it's definitive proof the IP is not strong at a mainstream level, and you're gonna make a hardcore looter shooter where you kill the people want the actual games for. That to me was insanity. Skull and Bones is another one like that. And I put like, how long have we been asking Ubisoft? Guys, put Assassin's Creed in Japan. Make a Black Flag 2.
You're getting it.
Finally. But like, same thing with Final Fantasy. That was asked for like 20 years. And they're like, we're going to make it the most expensive thing ever made. We're going to name it the weirdest names ever. And we're going to split it into 3 big games. And it's like, why would you do that? Now no one will play the second one unless they played the 20-hour first game.
Bacon, what do you want to say?
So I can probably wrap this all up in one statement here. We all saw the change in graphics from the NES to the 64 to the PS1. We are now at a point where graphical fidelity has nowhere else to go. We now have to get into a time when it's gameplay and mechanics. Now, given we've regressed and started the generation at 60 frames, and now we've regressed back to 30 frames on almost every game. But we have to find things that these games can do with mechanics and gameplay that's going to set itself apart, because it can't be the same old thing. That's why the people are still on the PS4 and the Xbox One generation, because
you know what game has incredible game mechanics?
Don't say it.
Elden Ring. Keep going, Bacon.
So, I thought you were gonna say Halo.
I mean, we're not going to 8K anytime soon. We're not doing it. We have reached the crescendo of what these consoles and even PCs can do at this point. So the next iteration of these consoles have to do something to completely set themselves apart and completely and advance the industry. And I think that's what Zenkai was arguing in his point is there's really nowhere else for these things to go. And so nitpicking a dashboard made sense to him in his video because he's not wrong, but it's a UI. So who cares? But honestly, we have nowhere else to go unless we can finally get native resolutions on these consoles and quit having to use the interlaced, interscaling 720p
back to fidelity. You're going back to fidelity. Let's close it up.
Where else are we going to go?
Let's close it up.
Portable.
Todd says the final word here, and this is tying to what you're saying, Bacon. What will be exciting about the Xbox Series consoles or rumored next-gen console from Xbox in 2026 and the PS6? So, Zenkai, I'm leaving it to you.
I'll tell you this.
What is going to separate and what's going to stand out in the next generation? I like where Jose's head is at. Portable.
If you want these consoles to do well, okay, you need to separate. You need to have something to make me not just do it on PC. Backwards compatibility is a huge W that PC cannot do. That's a huge, juicy, delicious W.
What? He means the discs.
Yeah, like I can play Halo 3 the way it is. I can look, I was actually this is actually not a joke. I was playing Rock Band 2 seconds ago on my Series X. Or no, sorry, it doesn't play on there. I was playing on my 360. And if you can get all of that, just like backwards compatibility really, really makes a big difference. And I would heavily, because the Xbox Series 2026, which by the way, guys, the name.
What's wrong with the series? Series
great.
Next, Series something,
It's
Series
confusing. It's
something. No,
confusing
this is
to
the
the
best.
moms.
This is the best move they've done. This is the best move that naming
Bring
convention.
back the
done.
720, baby.
Oh God.
But no, for real though, like the games will only get bigger, higher fidelity. Like the 360 had a mandate of 4 megabyte updates. This update stuff it's a way bigger deal. I would say it's the biggest deal.
But there's no way they're going to go back from that, Goose.
Yeah.
4 megabyte update, that's insane. Like in today's world.
4 megabytes for sure. It's
Apps
insane.
on your phone are bigger than that.
Yes, 100%. But there's no like 40 gigs is like if it takes me more than 5 minutes, it's too much. It's too much.
Then
And
don't play it, Goose. Is what I would say.
Or
that's
not
a
that.
horrible business decision.
Is it unreasonable to say that people have to think differently about how they play games? And I mean that from the sense of
stream it.
when I know I'm going to play a game, I don't sit down to download it and play it in that moment. I download it before I go eat dinner because I know it's going to take an hour. And I only say that
before the game comes out
because I think about like my own students, right, who are like so caught up in this world of like immediate gratification, right? Like if it doesn't happen for me in this instant messaging and Snapchat, then I don't want to be a part of it.
Exactly.
There's a technical limitation that we still have in this world, and that's both on PC and console. That even my PC, and I have great internet and it's hardwired in. I know that if I'm going to play COD tonight with my boys, I do that before dinner. And if I don't, I learn that hard lesson. And you're right, Goose, I'm on my phone, right? Like I'm playing while watching stuff. But like, I think that's some piece of it that until that technical thing catches up, and I don't know when that's going to be, when you can fix like fiber internet for everyone in the world, I just don't know that happening anytime soon.
The bottleneck for me has to be on the games. Like these kids, I'm telling you, they're not going to wait the update. They're going to go on TikTok. There's no way they're going to be playing these games. They're going to play one game, Fortnite, Warzone, that updates once, and they can remember it. Auto updates will handle one game fine, and they're going to go on TikTok, YouTube.
Or they're just going to stream it, Zenkai.
No way.
Why are you so against the stream? That literally solves everything you're complaining about.
Streaming can't. It just can't. It's literally physics. Light can't move that fast.
Yes,
but casuals don't care. Hey, I'm playing Fortnite right now. I don't really care. I'm having a blast. They don't care about input lag.
They do. I'm telling you, they do. These are the people who like a frame of like your hook in a YouTube video or a TikTok video is not good enough. It's not satisfactory. Flick.
I guess they're not playing games. Let's close it up with a chat here. I think Xbox 2026 will be on ARM like the Surface with Snapdragon 10, said Todd Oxtra. 8K ray tracing doesn't matter for 99% of the people. Exactly. When the three of us in here are the only ones who actually care about ray tracing. I don't even know if Zenkai does. Todd also said my Little Caesars food pictures are bigger than 4 megabytes. And Deja Vu pre-downloading all day on PC. So when it launches, you're in. Todd preloaded Hellblade 2 on PC and then the install failed. I cried. Sorry,
Todd.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Ainsley Bobby Bowden Bowden. My guy, Cyborg, is busy prepping for vacation and miss it. No problem, Ains. We will see you in Colorado here soon, right, Jose? Aren't we taking Ains out? Zenkai, you are invited to the state of Colorado at any time as well. Make sure your passport is updated. And Deadshot, just time wasted on updates just for some graphical update. No one. I agree. Zenkai, the updates to Warzone out of control. Like I even tweeted about this. Like I'd like 100 gigabyte update. But since I've made the switch to PC, I notice I get way faster download times. And Jose's right. It's on me if I love this game so much to prepare and update these dang games if I want to play with the boys. It's 2024, Goose. I'm sorry. It's never going to be 2007 again. I wish I could go back to 2007, DaddyDWALLY, back in college, living it up senior year, and having a blast during the golden era of video games. But it's not ever going to be that way again.
Let me ask a quick curveball. Switch 2 comes out. It's announced. We all know it's got to be.
It'll be soon.
Yeah. So it's right around the corner, right?
Todd, you're invited to Colorado too. Sorry.
If Switch 2 is at parity, because they have time with the Series at least S and close to 5. S? I think they could do S.
It's gonna be like, isn't it supposed to be like a PS4, Xbox One bacon? Isn't that the rumor?
Yeah,
But it
dude.
runs on a cart and it's instant. Do you see a swap?
No.
I don't know.
Not for the same crowd that we're talking about Xbox and PlayStation. And yeah, many of us have a Switch too because we like some of those games. We're nostalgic for the Marios,
Yes.
for the Metroids. But in terms of
Metroid Dread, incredible.
our melee drivers, when we're playing our Fortnites and our CODs and stuff, we are playing it on our newer systems. And that's why I said the portable thing, and I'll just finish with that for my thing. If they can do the portable for under the price of the Series X at launch, and we start, because Bacon's right, we've kind of hit that plateau for graphics, at least to the point that anyone cares, right? If we can lower the price and make it portable, that will be game changing for the industry, because it does make it more good. Like Nissa in our chat, Nissa always talks about this. She's on the move so much that she would love a PC, she would love a console, but it does not fit her lifestyle, but she still loves games, right? And because of the way PC has been going, and even like we talked about the PlayStation State of Play today, you start getting all those games from all the systems. Why would you not go to the one place where you can play them all if it's both affordable and it has the fidelity and you can get everything you want? Like, that is the perfect system. That's what everyone's racing to get there first. That's why we see the Ally and we see the Legion go, and we see someone just announced one today. Who was it?
There's
I can't think of it. There was another
PC.
company that announced one today. Sorry, I can't think of it. Anyway,
It's okay.
Microsoft's working on one, right? Like,
Well,
we'll
yeah,
see.
but no, someone did. I'll look it up. Go ahead. keep
It's
going.
okay, guys. Great discussion, regardless. Zenkai,
love it.
I agree with you on some things. I disagree with some of your semantics, as Bacon said, but it's okay. I've been playing great games since 2020, and I'm not afraid to say it. So shout out to the chat, been popping off. Nessa says she wishes she could have her old 2007 body knees. Todd said he wishes he could have his body from back.
Bet he wish
in
he had his hair
2007.
back.
Poor Ains had we couldn't even show his message because he said, what the is happening right now in this chat, in this discussion? Do you think, Deadshot, do you think that the upcoming Blade game that's being made by Bethesda Studios to be a revolution for it? No, I don't think it's going to do anything, but I think it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. MSI Claw, is that the one? We already saw the Claw. And Todd actually thinks that Blade will be a multi-plat. Love the discussion, Goose. We are going to have way more because I've got other bullet points. I've actually a prompt. I'm going to
there's
make a
more?
video and a live react to Zenkai's video. Just kidding. But love the discussion. Great interaction with the chat. We're not going to talk about what we've been playing because we've been talking about this. Gentlemen, let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. Bacon, I got a feeling not much going on with you, so let's start with you.
I mean, I had a Chick-fil-A spicy chicken and tried the Chick-fil-A sauce again, and it's still the right decision. So I can't think of anything I had this week. Holy cow!
I mean, that's a great answer. Yeah. Jose, can you add 2 breakfast burritos for me? One QPC, 1 Big Mac. The best food I had this week, we already talked about it earlier. We didn't rehash that. The Seattle hot dog. Zenkai, don't talk smack until you try it. Okay? We've got 104 Popeyes spicy chicken sandwiches eaten, 73 breakfast burritos devoured by DaddyDWALLY, 24 Chipotle burritos, 38 Big Macs, quarter pounder with cheeses devoured, and 80 pizzas eaten. I gotta say, this is random. I don't know if this was the best food I had this week, but I also tried did you guys see this, Bacon? I don't know if you've been to McDonald's. The Granny, I think it was called the G-Ma.
shake, yeah.
The
McFlurry? How
Granny
is that?
McFlurry or something. I enjoyed it, but I feel like it needed to be mixed more. It was very strong butterscotch on top. And it was almost too much, boys. So I wish I would have done a better job doing it, a little mixing myself, but I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It was worth the 600 calories. By the way, if you want to save some calories, just get the 400 and some Oreo McFlurry. That's the lowest one. So if you're calorie counting, Oreo McFlurry, just the standard Oreo McFlurry, lowest calories, best for you. Chipotle Bear, before I throw over to Zenkai, what was the best food for you?
So I also had Chick-fil-A this week in honor of Goose coming back on the show. I thought about it when I was on Saturday. I was like, I wish I could send this to Canada. It wouldn't make it though. But it was delightful with the family. And then also, so this weekend, I was telling our personal nerd chat, my toilet backed up at my house, which happens like every 6 to 9 months because we have this big tree over our pipe, and so we didn't have a toilet all weekend. But as a result, I was like, I got to do something else because I just stew on that. That's all I'd think about. And so we basically opened our patio, so like cleaned everything up. I resealed the patio, and so on Friday, my wife made homemade chicken fajitas, which were awesome, dude. Like she's a great cook. They were delicious and juicy. I took them to Monday for lunch, and then also tonight I made buffalo chicken taquitos like from scratch. They were fantastic, man.
Sounds like
salad on the side.
Man,
it was a little. I enjoy cooking. Like I put on some music. I was listening to actually the State of the Play in the background while I was doing it. I enjoy it, man. It was good. So it was the best food I had this week. Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to the chat. Disgusting. Todd Ox just said he had pineapple bacon.
I love you, Todd.
I mean, I love the bacon Domino's, but pineapple, Todd.
Anything
gosh.
Domino's should not.
Dude, Domino's is so
like
fire. You guys, you're crazy, but you're a hater. Nissa Hauer said, made steak and cheese tonight. Sounds delicious. Stay strong, Jose, Todd said. And Deadshot said, chicken wings made at home? Question mark.
That also sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on Burgundy.
Deja Vu had some coconut chicken curry.
Ooh, curry.
Nice.
Todd said bacon's too fancy.
I just eat real pizza, Todd.
Dude, Domino's is delicious. Get bacon out of here.
Domino's better than Caesar's.
Yes,
Probably.
I agree. I'm right there with you, Ains. Absolutely. It goes Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, or actually Domino's, Pizza Hut.
Pizza
No,
Hut's still
Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut. No, Domino's.
Good God, bud.
What did I say? Papa John's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. They're
No
both tied
way,
for third.
no way is Papa John's worse than Domino's.
It's better.
Okay.
No, sorry, you're right. Domino's is better. Hungry Howies. Zenkai, what
sir.
has been going on in the Great North? Is there any interesting food going on up there? What was the best food you had this week?
Well, this is going to be depressing to a lot of people, but the old cholesterol is at all-time highs.
What? You really?
Yeah.
Yo, is this real? You have real cholesterol updates.
So I got
top.
dealt a bad hand. The old genes aren't as strong as I thought they were, and apparently I have like the recommended not recommended, like the limit is like 2 of like my HDL or whatever. I'm at a 4.5 at yeah, so it's not great. And it's not like I'm eating bad, but anyways, I kind of YOLO anyways. But this month I decided I was going to quit sugar.
Good.
And
Ooh,
all
horrible
sugary
choice.
tasting drinks, even if there's 0 calorie, because I've been doing a lot of 0 calorie sugary drinks.
That's
and it's
great.
made a dramatic improvement. I was kind of shocked because I'm a calorie in, calorie out type of guy.
Absolutely. Me too.
So I'm going to tell you what I ate. And I know it sounds bad, but it was delicious. I had some baby carrots, okay? A little bowl of baby
That
carrots.
sounds terrible.
Picture this little bowl, baby carrots. Ain't
like
even
carrots.
cooked yet. Ain't even cooked
Yeah,
yet.
that's fine. Raw,
Heck no.
cold, love it.
And then some extra virgin olive oil, just a couple of these all over it. Some salt, like Salt Bay.
Hey,
And
he's
then
been
some
watching
pepper.
Brian Johnson on YouTube. I can tell. I
think I'd rather die.
I'm telling you, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Was it?
And then
At least some salt and pepper or something.
Sounds like
what's-
member
oh yeah,
berry.
salt and pepper. Salt and
Okay.
pepper on top of that. It's delicious. And you know what? It's so high in fiber that you get so full, but it's off like the lowest amount of calories. I understand this is incredibly sad to hear. I understand. But it was phenomenal. And then I finish off with like I make like turkey burgers. Make them nice and delicious. You know?
It sounds
Your
like
life pains me right now.
it
sir.
sounds like this is Bacon's diet right there. Well, all right, you heard it here first, folks. Zenkai recommends baby carrots
and
olive oil.
Try it.
It's,
It's delicious.
as Ains said, stepbrothers, what is this? What is happening right now? I don't know.
gat.
Todd actually said, I've been doing spinach salad with grilled chicken, tomatoes, and mozzarella and a balsamic.
That sounds good, Todd. Yeah.
You guys, I like
There's some baby carrots in there.
I like
Right.
these foods, Todd. I actually liked what Zenkai was throwing out there, but I'm saying if you work out hard, Ains will back me up on this. Not that I'm not saying you're not working out, Zenkai.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying you can mix in your QPCs, your Oreo McFlurries, everything in moderation. Am I right, Jose? The mantra to live by.
Yep.
Since they're on the metric system up there, I don't think they call them QPCs.
Yeah, what is a QPC? What
quarter pounder with cheese?
You call me?
You all call them like a metric something like a Royale.
Do you guys have that up there?
What's you have quarter? That's what it's called, but no one calls them QPCs. I've never heard that before.
We got hot lingo.
They also have Smarties, which are actually just M&Ms, and then their Smarties are called Rockets, which is freaking wild, dude.
Smarties are their own thing here. M&Ms, I know M&Ms are pretty lit, but Smarties, they got a crunch.
So do M&Ms.
Yeah, but
explain to me why Smarties are called Rockets then. That doesn't make any sense. Because the Smarties, Nestle?
Because they're Canadian, bro. Everything's backwards up there.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 161. Hot Xbox Showcase predictions with Zenkai Goose. Oh, wait, we've got a hot chat right now. Deadshot said, should I buy an Xbox Series S or wait for PS5 Pro? Because rumors say it's a beast system, or should I just wait for the next gen? Zenkai, take it away.
Just wait for GTA 6, get the console for that. That's what everyone's going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Wait until GTA 6 comes out, whether you want to play it on PlayStation or Xbox, pick whatever. I would say whatever platform offers you the whatever games you want to play. We are Xbox focused, but
boom.
Just so you know, Deadshot.
Play where you're happy, bud.
Yeah, play where you're happy. I sold my PS5 and my Xbox Series X, so I just have a Series S. Well, I have a Series X, but it collects dust. I'm all PC. My name is DaddyDWALLY. You can follow me at DaddyDWALLY across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat across all social media. Shout out to this hot popping off chat tonight. It's been crazy. It's been crazy down there. Chipotle Bear, where can people find you?
Find me on platform X, Chipotle_Bear, everywhere else, Chipotle Bear. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Of course, Zenkai, thank you for joining us again, bud. We love your videos, love having you on the show. And for everybody that joined us in the chat, again, you guys were wonderful. But if you're listening, send us a like. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. We got 4 more followers this week, which is awesome. Trying to get to that coveted 1,000 on YouTube. So any help is great. But again, thank you everyone for joining us and for listening about gaming, food, and of course, the good old days.
X Bacon Gaming 4 out of 10. Where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at X Bacon Gaming. Been getting a lot of new Steam friends lately, so it's really looking good.
By the way,
I think Matt Valdez friended me on Steam.
He didn't friend me. Speaking of Steam, I've been actually looking at Zenkai Goose. He's actually been on Steam for a long time. I was shocked at how much of a Steam supporter he is, and he does dabble into games occasionally.
I'm a gamer.
I did see that Zenkai Goose, who's allergic to Seattle hot dogs because he's a hater. Where can people find you?
Well, first off, I just want to say huge thanks to all of you guys, Jose, Dan, Bacon, all of you guys, wonderful people, wonderful podcast. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be here. It's always so much fun. I love these discussions. I love gaming, talking. I release a pretty much once a month premium video on the main channel. That's youtube.com/Zenkai Goose. We stream a morning
every Saturday.
Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Super early for us West Coasters.
I know. That's why I have my coffee, and then I take my only vacation for the week after that. So that's what I do there. It's fantastic, and we have a YouTube channel for all the clips. That's Goose Morning TV on YouTube. It's fantastic over there. Every time I come on here, I always talk about my next video. So I won't say what it is, but it is
a hint.
Exclusive world premiere.
There is a hint in this video. I will say that. The entire video.
Everybody, look at his backdrop. He's Phil Spencer. What is going on? A lot of SNES cartridges.
You can see a Game Boy back there.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Pokeball. Looks like he's got like Britannica down at the bottom.
He's got a nice shadow box light back there.
Come back stronger. Somebody look that up. Looks like an old gigantic iPod.
Whoa.
I think that's a Nintendo.
Oh, wait. There's a 360. There's a 360 games.
Is there?
SNES, yep, up in the upper left there. Oh, he also, by the way, update. He did go with the white. Thank God. He went with the white furniture in the background. Was very concerned about that. Thank you.
We have
that guy. We really do appreciate you being here. This guy is on the road. He probably might even have 100,000 subs already on YouTube. He's got millions of viewers. He's going full-time streaming YouTube. Shout out to the biggest host we may ever have on this channel, Mr. Zenkai Goose. As always, Gen 9 haters, see you online.
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 Guys, I'm standing right here so I can hear everything that you're saying. Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out? What? Do what? Let the dogs out. You know, like, who let the dogs out? Who brought this guy along?
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at The Nerd Chat across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Wolenzik, and you can follow him at DaddyDWALLY. The lead producer and co-host is Jose Martinez, and you can follow him at Chipotle_bear. And former intern, recently promoted co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGamin'. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.